You're right, Jordan. Let's get down and dirty. How you all doing? Hope you're doing fantastic. I'm bang on time, I think. Yeah, exactly bang on time, which is good to see. I hope you're all doing fantastic. I hope you've all had a fantastic week, and it is now the weekend. Thank you, Sparky, for my countdown. You were a little bit late with that, but cheers, Jason. Boom, we're in the room. Hope you're all doing well. Just going to load up my YouTube channel because I like to use a pop-out chat whilst I'm yakking, and that way I can see the comments. It always works a bit better than the StreamYard. Now, I've been on a few streams today, and there has been one or two streams saying that there's a problem with the chat and problems with StreamYard and bits and pieces. So hopefully we won't incur any problems. We shall see. So let me load up my StreamYard. It'll be good, which I think is going to be that one there. I get rid of that. And then let's load up me pop-up chat and put that over there. And put that just about there. Bring that all down. I know I should have done it before I did anything else. I know. My bad. Right. So that's it. I'm where I need to be. So I hope you're doing well. 16 in the house after a minute and 27 seconds. That's cool. Hopefully you've all had a good week, as I say, and hopefully we'll get down and we'll have a little listen to what you've been up to and that sort of thing. So hopefully we'll go through. Oh, I've got a super chat come through already. My word, who's that come from? I recognise the symbol. It's from Granny. Just a little something for Riley boy. Fantastic. Yeah, I shall make sure it goes in his little tiny piggy bank. He's doing quite well on Kinder eggs at the moment. I bought him 6 Kinder eggs the other day with some of the money that he got through, and I think he pretty much did 5 of them inside like 8 minutes. So I need to watch him, but he's really enjoying having super chats coming his way. he loves a Kinder egg, that boy. So I hope you're all doing well. As I say, let's just go through the chat, and by then we'll have a few more people in here. But I've already got 31 in here after 2 minutes. That's ridiculous. Thank you very much for that. So Jason Hughes, if I repeat the names, have to forgive me, but that's what it is. Jason Hughes says, "Good evening, Mick. Hope you're doing well," which is good. Fun thing to do with Tech Sparky Boy. He's doing good evening. Hope you had a fantastic time. Get done, Granny is saying hi. Nice to see you, sweetheart. Hope you're doing well, darling. Raphael is in here, the scrapper. Fantastic. Nice to see you. They're yakking away to each other, which is cool. Let's come down a bit. I think it must have been quite early. Jordan says, let's get down and dirty. Some of that. Booyah. Yep, lovely. We've also got Edward Thomas in the house. How you doing, Edward? Nice to see you, buddy boy. Hope you're okay. AJP's also in the house. Mr. Ali Mack has come flying in with a, hey, Micks Mowers, how are you? Nice to see you, Ali. Hope you're doing good. Alan's in the house too. He's saying, hi, Ick. I don't know who Ick is. It must be a phrase or something, but I think he means Mick. I hope you're doing all right, Alan. Nice to see you. Shamrock's in the house too. How you doing? Nice to see you. Some storms near in Glasgow. Mental weather. Yeah, we're supposed to get ours tonight at midnight is when it kicks off into Sunday. And the last report, not that I'm overly concerned, but the last report I actually heard is that the South Coast, which is where I am, we've got a red warning. Everywhere else in the UK has got amber. There's a couple of reds in the Midlands and out towards Wales. But the South Coast has definitely got a red one on. We're looking forward to about 80 to 90 mile an hour winds, apparently. So I have to get the old Micks Mowers shack strapped down. But it is what it is. I've got a couple of trees behind it. If they come down and smash a shed, it'd be a good video, right? So Shamrock's in here. Hope you're doing well. Snobby Scrap Picker, how are you? I'm doing really well, mate. Yeah, I'm doing really well indeed. I'll get into what I've been doing this week and just today. I've been busy, actually. Hope you're good, though, Snob. Wild Bill's also in the house. Vince F is in the house. And I think, I just jumped a little tiny bit. Mojo, Princess Poppet, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Oh, yeah, nice to see ya. Be catching ya. Hope you're doing well. Oil Tech's also in the house. Pete Frow's come flying in there. How you doing, Pete? Nice to see you. Benedict White's in the house, too. Nice to see you, Benedict. You have 25 and 12 likes. That must have changed. I've got 31 in the house at the moment, mate, which is cool. Pate's Performance is in the house too. At work, good seeing you. and hands off the wifey. Brother, she's in charge of Instagram. It ain't my thing. You know what I'm saying? How you doing? Well, Jace. Nice to see you, buddy. I'll be pushing your channel today, Jace, because you're getting close to where you need to be. So I'll get some of my people. In fact, Techie, are you still about, mate? If you are, can you please run Pate's Performances channel throughout the entire stream for me? Because he's getting quite close to it, and I'd like to try and assist him if I can. Not like, you know, I probably can't with the numbers I got. That's what it is, but I can definitely try and show a bit of awareness towards the channel. But I think is fantastic, so I want to run his channel if I can. So that would be your little jobs, Techie, if you're in. Stefan's also in the house. How you doing? Nice to see you. I've done Wild Bill already. Lucky 7 Mud Mowers is saying hello to Snobby. How you doing, Lucky? Nice to see you. Hi, Jason. How until I switch the account, notice that football account, right? Hello, Mick, says Jordan. Hope you're doing. I'm doing really well. Yeah, I just had a bang in Chinese. We normally have a Chinese on a Saturday night. I didn't have too much today because I'm trying to watch your weight now. I'm trying to get on a bit of a diet, but we had a birthday celebration around our house today, and the wheels fell off. So I've been pretty good. I didn't have a massive amount. Just pretty much have what I could eat, and I was happy with. So hope that goes good. Tina's in the house. How you doing, Tina? Nice to see you, sweetheart. Hope you're doing okay, darling. Hope Ali's looking after you. I know he normally does. I know he loves you loads, and he's a great man. Ian Matthews also coming. Hi, Micks Mowers, Snobby, Jason, Tina. He's saying hello to everybody. Nice to see you. Get it done, Granny. Can't stay. Okay, that's no worries, Granny. That's cool. No worries. It's not a problem. The chat. I can't type that fast. No, it's not a problem, Granny. It's fine. You come and go as you like. It's what it is. That's cool. Snobby scrap picker. Oh, that jumped again. 2 seconds. I've got 42 in here. I've only been going 6 minutes. Even I'm struggling. Gordon's in the house. I don't want to miss anyone. Hiya, Brandon. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Grandad's Workshop's also coming in the house. Miss Canadian Scraps coming in the house. Hi, how are you? Grandad's Workshop. Get it done, Granny. Fun things to do with tech is running Pat's Jason's link for me as promised. Good boy. Martin from Retro Restore. Sort out your toolbox. Sort out yourself, Mr. Retro Restore. That'll become apparent later on in the next up and coming weeks. Hope you're doing well, Martin. How's your diet going? And I hope you and the family are doing good. Red Oaks, how are you doing? Nice to see you. And who else? We got Canadian Scrap. We got Gordon, done Gordon. Everyone's saying hello to everyone. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. And I think I'm there actually. Am I there? Get done, Granny. No, I'm not going anywhere. Laugh out loud. I thought of a storm. Oh, we're hey, in the south here. We're made of sugar. It gets windy and blow. I'll just put another t-shirt on. So that's it. Everyone's in the house. Everyone's accounted for. Present and correct. If everyone's present and correct, give me a thumbs up on the old doodad. You know where it is. If you're on an iPhone or anything like, you can click the old cross button. Get rid of a chat. Give a thumbs up and go back to the chat. It comes up. Same thing. All text saying hi, Mick. Everybody needs a cheat day once a week. Yeah, I'm having a cheat day about every other day, possibly every day at the moment. It's getting a bit mad. Anyway, I've got my scales today. Not telling you. It's a big secret. But if you can guess my weight, put it in the chat. Let's have a laugh. And the first person to guess the right weight, I've got nothing to give away, to be fair, unless you haven't got a sticker already. Okay, the first person to guess my weight actually will get a mystery prize. There you go. It's a mystery prize. So there's a little bit of fun, for you. 20 stone 7. Are you taking a mick? I said my weight, not the time. Let that run in, and the first person to get to it will be a winner chicken dinner, and I will think of a prize. It'll be something pretty cool, I hope, and I'll get something out to you. I'll let that run for a bit. Martin, 20 stone 7. Don't you mean 7 minutes past 8? Unbelievable. So that can all go. Oh, look at the chat running out. Now we're going to take the piss out of Mick. Look at the chat race up and down all of a sudden. Don't forget to hit the old thumbs up on your way in. Mick looks about 16 stone 8 wet through. Oh, yeah. Incorrect. 15 stone 8. I need to make sure that if anyone does get it, then I need to make sure that we're where we need to be. So let me come back to where we were. Not yet, Pete. Martin says 20 stone 7 because he's rude. 21 stone. Oh, my God, 21 stone. Do I look like I'm 21 stone? I got way off. You're going to have to put it. What's 98 kilos in stone, people? I'm not converting that. 18 stone, 22 stone, 4 ounces. My God, stop it. I'm not using your scales. Mick looks about 18 stone, 15 stone, 18, 9, 21 stone. My God. 197 pounds. Anyone convert 197 pounds, please, for me, just so I know what it is. Laugh out loud, granny, yum yum. Mick looks like he's about 19 stone. Oh, thank you very much for that comment. Nice little comment from Gordon. Someone's running a disc saw behind me. How rude. Hear that? Can't believe running a disc saw. I should be servicing it. 98 instead of 16 stone, 18, 9. So you got to keep guessing. I'm not until it comes up. I ain't doing it. So that's what it is. So keep guessing away. So I hope you've all had a good week. Actually, I really do hope you've had a good week. I've been super busy. Doing bits and pieces. I said 17 stone free. Thank you, Benedict. You are a little star. 19 stone 5, said Pete. You're going to get a slap right upside the ear roll. Around 14 stone. Granny, one of my legs is 14 stone, not both of them. 17, 8. Nope, Lee. Right, so I've been really busy. I've been doing lots of bits and pieces. A few bits are sold, actually, which is quite nice. A bit earlier on. What is the stone? £14. 10 stone, says Sparky. Oh, Sparky, you're my little sweetheart. You know, don't try and get around me, Sparky. I was in Snobby Stream yesterday when you were giving me jip, remember? So you're still going to get it. 17, 25. 25 stone, says Edward Thomas. I'm going to time that boy out. What is the stone? 15, 14 stone, says Paul E. How you doing, Paul E? Nope, not 14 stone. If you guess it right, I'll give you a mystery prize. So I have been busy. Some stuff has sold, as I said. Some stuff hasn't. I did a nice repair on a Hater 41 the other day. 18 stone, £9. I know messaging Mrs. P for answers, so my phone is linked to her, so I will know. Nice repair on a Hater 41, the newish star one, 2013 with variable drive. That came in just the other day. 16 stone 2, says Granny. Hi, Mick. It says Tim Spannerman. 18 stone 9. So I did that variable drive. That's actually not a bad little fix, that one. It's a very simple fix if you know what you're looking for. I know some people do struggle with the Haters, especially the very drive ones. I ordered a set of spare belts for it. In the end, it didn't need the belts, but that's been fixed, and that's a full service for a bloke who don't use it commercially too. I'm watching these numbers, and no one's guessed it right yet. 18 stone 4, 15 stone 12. Red Oak says 17.2. Yep, nope. 20 stone plus your head. Really? Let's just see what we can do about Snobby Scrap Picker tonight. I think he's taking liberties. Snobby Scrap Picker. Let's just remove that comment. There you go. That's that comment removed. That offended me. So I've done a variable drive Hater one. I have sold a trimmer, but the video's got to come out yet, so I don't want to show you that just yet. Did that. And then today I've had a mower come in, which is this little puppy just over there. This is a little tiny little Mountfield. Let me move my tripod. Little Mountfield 164 HP. 164 HP with a little RS 100 engine on it, and the engine is seized. The blokes, they wanted to put in for a service, and he said when he turned up, I said, when was it last run? He said, oh, about 4 months ago. Micks Mowers, please narrow to the stone range. No, there is 49 of you in the house. Surely you can guess what I am. If you took a law of averages and guessed what other people have put in the chat, then you should be able to get it, right? So, no, I ain't doing it. So, yeah, that's seized. The bloke said it was running 4 months ago. Liar, pants on fire. I took all the pull cord off, all that sort of stuff. I put it in the CPR arrest position, and I've managed to get it free. But now it needs to be repaired because the carburetor is looks like a baby's been sick in it. Hiya, Brian. How you doing? Nice to see you. So that's all got to be done. That's in for a full service now. I can sort of get it free, but I got to get it running yet. All that sort of lovely stuff, and we'll see. Hi, Danny. That makes him hand a ton. That's not even in English. That's in some northern language, by the sounds of it. So let me just double check. I know I'm still not getting it. Mick, if you take your wallet out, you're half the weight. Well, you know what it's like being a high flyer YouTuber. You know what it's like, Snobby. I see Martin Butler's just put one comment in saying I'm grossly overweight and then left for chat, which is not very nice. 18 stone 12. No. Hi, Snobby. you're on form tonight. Snobby's on form most nights, which is one of the many things I like about him. As of yet, I have not seen that number come up. I will double check because I know what you like. You're like, no, he's guessed it right before him. I know what you like. It happened on Snobby's giveaway. Please note down. No, right. No. Okay, down a bit. 16 stone, 15 stone, 14 stone, 13. No one's guessed it yet. No one's guessed it yet. I can't believe no one's guessed my weight yet. It's crazy. So that's that. So that's that one. I got in the post. Oh, hang on, my camera's gone for a burn. So every time I look at my camera USB port, it just goes for a burn. So let me just put that back on. It don't like being moved. And I should have had me my camera that Martin gave me. Oh, not coming out. There you go. I haven't got my spare one. So in the post, I got from I want to get his name right, Colin Hale. I haven't seen him yet. He gave me a starter recall for for my Honda, which is the Honda HR173. How good am I? 173. There we go. 20 ton. No, not 20 ton. I'm still here just watching. I'm still here. Where was that? Was that Martin? I saw Martin. I keep losing my comments. I'm trying to chat and do stuff at the same time. It's not an easy thing to do. Where are we? I'm still here just watching the low weight. Oh, you're nasty. You're nasty to me, Martin. All I do is show you love and affection. Mick, what do you think about getting parts from China at their present situation, safe or not? I would say they're safe. Is what I would say. However, I'm not your DEFRA or your health doodad. Like I think in most things, I've just done one of my live streams, stopping to give you a like and a big hello. Cool. Thank you very much for that, Cajun. Oh, let me show that. There you go. Thank you very much for that. You didn't have to stop on my behalf, mate. Another moderator just handled it. Cool. So yeah, I keep an eye out for my weight to come up. 18.5 stone. Close, but no cigar. So Colin Hale sent me this one, which has come up already in a video of the hater video where the pull cord is not running. The little tiny dog only comes out. There's no sort of resistance to it. It just does what it wants to do as and when it wants to do it. So that's not working. So he sent me this one. Now these are 40 quid second hand. Okay, 19 and a half. Nope. These are 40 quid, 50 quid off of eBay, Amazonian, or wherever you go. Not Amazon, but eBay. They're 50 quid, right? And he sent me this free of charge and said, you can have that. So looking at the two, you think, yeah. No. Nearly. It's so close, it's not even funny. The only difference is the holes. We have a looped hole just here. And on this one, that looped hole is here and here. They're different sizes. The holes are in exactly the actual pull cord itself is exactly the same size pound for pound, but it don't fit, and I can't physically fit that to the engine. So the guess is take the guts out of that, do a swap, and see if that will go into there. That's the idea. That's the theory. That'll come up in another film. We'll see how we get on with it. All right, let's just double check. See how fat I am. You can really tell who your mates are, can't you? When people are starting, anything for a free prize. Now the chat sort of stopped. How are you? Nice to see you. Now it's all guessing how fat Mick is. You know what I mean? Fantastic. Thanks, guys. Had an emergency call out. One of my customers has a tree come down and wants it removed from her back door. We will all join the chat later on. Okay, cool. Not a problem, Sharon. That's cool. Stay safe, please, out there, buddy. If you're cutting trees out at night time in the wind, stay safe. I've been there myself. It is very dangerous indeed. Make sure you got a spotter with you, buddy. David, how you doing? Nice to see you, David Judd. Hope you're doing well. 18.5. Everyone's guessing 18.5. Everyone thinks about 18 stone, which is not a bad little guess. 19 stone 10, says Tim Palmer. Nope. Barstow Vegas 1712. 19. Oh, what was that? No, 19. No. 18s, 248 says Dirt Rider. Dirt Rider, convert that into, do a Siri and convert that into stones for me, stones and pounds. 17 stone. Nope, no one's guessing it. So, quick sip of my old Diet Coke. Might have just put on another quarter of a pound, but I'm not going to count that. Do your shed have double doors, Mick? Laugh out loud, says Edward Thomas. What do you mean by double doors, Edward? Edward, what do you mean by double doors? Oh, you're referring to the double door so I can get my fat ass out of the shed. Is that what you're thinking? Yeah, cool. Yeah, no problem. You're in timeout. So that's him done. So everybody have a good evening. If the power goes off because of the storm, I've gone into read mode. Cool, yeah, no problem. It's fine. Yes, it's always funny, Jason, isn't it? It's always funny when someone gets timed out. He's saying I'm really fat, and I have feelings. So no one's guessing it. I'm going to run this competition until 1:45. You've got 10 minutes. I want to move on. 46 in the house. I don't know how many thumbs up I got or thumbs down. I'll see. I will put retro restore in the Bentley. Cool. So yeah, you've got another 10 minutes on this, and then if no one guesses it, I'll call it a day. Otherwise, people will be calling me fat all night. I need to belch. 19.9, 17 stone, 17.8. Red one. 16.8. 16.8? Really? I think one of my big toes is about 16.8. Micks Mowers up here near Haywards Heath. We should only get 30-mile-an-hour winds. Yeah, you are Haywards Heath, and you are a little bit further away from me. But it did say South Coast where I am. We're going to cop it, apparently. That's what it said yesterday. I haven't looked at today's one. 17 stone 7. 16 stone 7 says Paul. As of China situation, let's have a look at what that says. China situation, I hear from people who have ordered stuff, delivery time has, you're exactly right. Delivery time has been postponed. So I've ordered a generator from a little tiny Marksman gen. It's going to take 4 weeks to get here. So I think they are just holding back on it. So when I get it, I'm going to probably have a mask on and what have you and put it straight in our carb cleaner. So I think all those areas have sort of been looked at, so which is cool. And just double checking these stonages. 20 stone 4. Bloody hell, snob. I don't know how much do I weigh, not how much do you weigh. Edward Thomas will be back in a minute. Puller Ed, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. We're guessing how fat I am, Ed. So put your weight, put your set of scales on, and have a guess how heavy I am. 18 stone 9. See, Martin's coming more around to wow. I'm thinking like I look slimmer. To be fair, the camera does no justice. The camera puts on like 10 pounds, right? And it ain't me autofocus one, so that's probably why. 18 stone 9, 18 stone 9. Okay, 18 stone 9 pounds. 18 stone 3, 18 5, 18 4. Nope. About 4.5 minutes, 5 minutes left to go on this one. Just double check no one has actually got it. Poor Edward, yeah, I know. Jason knows how it feels. It happens, right? Oh, come on. It's a bit of fun. People get timed out. It's what it is. You know, don't take it at heart. It's a bit of fun. You give me jip. That's what it is. You tend not to get timed out more if you come up on the panel. Right, no one's guessed it. Okay, I'm going to come back down here again. Bet you wouldn't call you a fat... I bet they wouldn't call you a fat person, says Kieran. Some else. Hey, come on. The last person put me on my back, so I was 5'2". So don't be fooled. The camera puts on 10 pounds on you. How many cameras do you have? Brian. Rude. My Lord. Some of you people are real hurtful, I tell you. 22 stone 5 says tech. That's what time I'm going to finish the stream tech, 22.5. My God. Mrs. P. What's that about Mrs. P? I'm just checking that no one's messaging Mrs. P. Because I know you lot are sneaky. Anything to get a free gift. Mower Man's just messaged me. I'll come back to him later on. No one. There's only a few who've got my message and what have you, so I will know. And I'll get, as I say, my phone is linked to the same page as Mrs. P because we don't do it for ourselves, we do it for Riley. So I will know if anyone cheats. Cheaters don't get anything. 18 stone 9, 19 stone, 18 stone 10. At least being fat keeps you warmer and more to cuddle. Exactly. Now that sounds nice, Gordon. Thank you very much. I love a cuddle. 19.9 says Granny. Thank you, Granny. I love you too. $18 stone 5. I can't believe we've got 50 in the house. I'm guessing how fat I am. It's ridiculous. 50 in the house after 20 minutes. Crazy. As a Facebook message, just making sure no one's had a little guess there. Barstow says 1811, 22 stone and 5 pounds, says Barbara. Barbara, there was a weight capacity limit on this stool. I wouldn't be able to sit on it if I was that big. 16.5. I don't know where you get 16.5 from. I'll tell you, 16.5 is really light. I would love to be 16.5. In fact, 16.5 is roughly my target weight, what I want to get down to. And I was about a size 34-inch waist, 36-inch waist somewhere then. I'm currently a size 42 to 44 waist at the minute, if that gives you any clue. Lost a few pounds when you opened your wallet. I certainly did. 19 stones, 18 stones, 16 stones. You've got 5 more minutes on this and we're done. You will be sorry, Barbara, too. That's crazy. I have no idea what a stone are, Mick. A stone is 14 pounds, Granny. One leg was 14 stones. Okay, sorry. Yeah, 1 stone is 14 pounds. 19 stone 2. Lisa's 18 stone 7. 19 stone 1 pound. No, it ain't happening. I don't think you're not going to get it. You've got 4 minutes. You're not going to get it. I don't think you're going to get it. AJP says 20 stone 5. Close but no cigar. Mrs. P. Shall I work early? What was that? Message from Mrs. P. 20 stone, says Tony Short. I wish. Can you say goodnight to Ryan? I've done that already. Shall I work early, an early afternoon shift tomorrow or not? Yeah. You can go to work. She wasn't going to, but she is. 19 stone 11. 3 minutes. 19 stone 13 and a half. Okay, well, I'm not doing half pounds. We're doing, sort of stone and whatever pound. We won't do half or quarters. That's ridiculous. We would be all night. 22 stone says fun things to do with tech. Close, but no cigar. You've got 2 minutes left to go on this. 19 stone. 20 stone 12. Nope. 20 stone, 22 stone 1, 21 stone, 13 pound. Brian Hull, you are correct. There you go, all finished. All finished. Brian Hull's got my correct weight. I'm 21 stone, 13 pounds. I see, yeah, see how the chat just stops dead like that. Oh, yeah, Brian's won the prize. Brian, if you can send me an email, buddy, and where's me banners down here? There's my email, mate. Send me an email, buddy boy, and I'll figure something out for you. And I'll send you something. If you haven't got a sticker already, Brian, I'll send you a sticker with it. But I'll figure something out for you, something nice. Just a little bit of fun there. That's what it is. Send me the email, and we'll go from there. Let me get my pop-up chat back up so I can see. Well done, Brian. Yeah. Crikey, well, yeah, exactly. I'm a big boy. Don't forget, I'm 6'2". I'm 6'2" as well. Not that that's an excuse, but I've always been a big lad. Always. And now I'm 40 odd years old. 41 is, you got to start looking after yourself. So enough's enough. Is Tech Skeleton still waiting for his egg? Fantastic. Thank goodness. That was just one leg on the scales, says Jason Hughes. Jason, you know what's going to happen, don't you, buddy? You'll end up the same as Edward. Really, I stand like 134. That can't be right. Yeah, I am. Yeah. I weighed myself this morning, and I was. That's what I was. So yeah, send me an email address, Bright, down there, and we'll figure something out for you. Watch for heart. Exactly. That's what I'm going to do. My brother-in-law just had a heart attack recently. It's not funny. So yeah, it's time to come off. And also, I've been watching Martin Butler's stream, and he started a diet, and he was all about diabetes. I just had my 40-year-old check thing done, and I'm good. I haven't got anything, but that's not to say in the next 4 or 5 years something's going to creep in. So, yeah, time to I can't believe you weigh that much. Yeah, I do, mate. Yeah. As I say, I used to be a bodybuilder, but I used to lift weights as well. So I've always had quite a big sort of stature. I used to be a doorman, all that sort of good stuff too, and security work. So I used to do all that. So I was quite a musty, bulky fella in my time, but time has knocked on now, and the clock has turned over. So 295 pounds. I would never guess. Okay, cool. So that's what it is. I lost about 3 stone I lost about 3 or 4 stone in 3 years. Yeah, I'm hoping to do about 2 stone in about a year. Is what I'm hoping to do. I think the scales are broken, mate. You look just right to me. You think I do, but I'm telling you, I ain't. It's what it is. So the weight will be coming off as of tomorrow. I've had my Chinese today. That's it. Mr. P ain't got a heart, says Mark Wakefield. Let's just put him in timeout because he's just been downright rude. Mark Wakefield, timeout. See you in 5 minutes, Mark. So Mick the Bouncer, yeah, he used to be a bouncer, yeah, he used to be a doorman before we used to have a license back in the day. Was that before or after the toilet visit? That was just, no, it's first thing this morning. I lost 100 pounds a year. Cool, well done. Good. Right, enough talk about how fat I am. Let's talk about how fat you guys are. No, joking. So that's fat. So what I'm going to do is just go through the rules of my chat, not rules, and more guidelines, just to keep it sort of clean. No more than 2 emojis, please. And Jordan, I see you just put 3 in there. I'll let it slide. No more than 2, because it can be picked up as a form of spam. Some may agree with me, some people may not, but that's how I do it. So no more than 2 emojis, no capital letters, no foul language, and no picking on each other that goes beyond stupid, okay? I don't mind laughing at a joke, as we all do. However, we just don't like to have people taking a mickey where it doesn't need to be. Jordan was timed out for 30 seconds by Edward Thomas. What was that for? We time out for Ed. Why was he timed out? Is it because of the emojis? Message was deleted. Yeah, you didn't need to time out, buddy. So let that one slide. But he'll be back in 5 minutes. Jordan, be back in 5 minutes, mate. You were timed out by accident, I believe. Dorito, how you doing? Nice to see you. Smash the down like button. Nice to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, we have no more than 2 emojis in my chat. We have no S word, because you know that S word that everyone talks about, the sub word. Don't like that, because YouTube don't like it apparently. So don't do that. You're more than welcome to check anybody's channel out, okay? And you can say, yeah, you know, fantastic channel and what have you, and you know, all that sort of good stuff. It just, I'm not a gross streamer, right? So we don't need to act like it. No foul language, no caps, all that sort of good stuff. And as long as we keep it relatively clean, no one falls out of each other. We have a good time. 51 in the house after half an hour. It's fantastic. I was up to nearly 50 after about 15 minutes, which is brilliant. Gary Butler, how you doing, buddy? You missed it, Gary. We're just guessing how fat I am. And Brian got it, so that's cool. Vegas, I used to bit my fittest at 45 years old. Yeah, it is. Like, had high blood pressure. Yeah, my blood pressure's bang on. But I've got to I need to watch it. Yeah, it's not funny. Emojis, Joe. Yeah, Edward, no problem. That's fine, but not a problem. I literally, as you timed him out, I think is when I said it. So he wasn't to know. But we're keeping top of it as of now on. So that's fat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bang a link out, okay, and then we can have people come up on the stream, which is what it's all about. I've been yakking far too long. Mouth's gone dry. Copy that. When you come up on the panel, everyone's welcome. And the rules of the panel are just the same, pretty much. No foul language. I don't tolerate any of that. And laugh and jokes, good. Your camera must be on. Audio must be on before you come up from the basement. And just to get around the trollish issues is that you may be asked, if I don't know you very well, to follow some simple instruction. It will be something silly. I will see you do it in the basement. Once you've done it, you can then come up. If you don't do it, you don't come up. Simple as that. Because some of the trolls have been videoing other channels, pretending they're somebody else, and then when they get up on the main event, so to speak, they record obscene things and gestures, and I don't want any of that on my stream. So hopefully it'll all go well. Everyone will get on. 51 still in the house. Don't forget to hit your like button. That'd be fantastic. Bat out of hell racing. How are you doing, buddy boy? Nice to see you. No emojis abuse. Leave the abuse to me. Yeah, it's fine. No worries. It's cool. Right. So there's a link to my stream. Feel free, pop on up, come and say hello. You can stay for 5 minutes, you can stay for 3 hours. This choice is yours. As long as everybody gets on, we'll have a good stream. I want to know what you're doing. Like people up here chatting away and all that sort of good stuff. So hopefully we get a few people up here and we'll have a chat. I've been yakking for 34 minutes solid. And we'll guess how fat I am, which is cool. And I hope everyone appreciates that. But hopefully I can get a bit of weight off, and we'll have another guess to weight or something like that. Maybe we can make it a weekly thing. Guess how fat Mick is on a Saturday night, just so it might give me a bit of encouragement, you know. That way you can keep track of it as well. That might be a good little thing to do. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. So the link is in the chat. Feel free to do whatever you like with it. And if you don't want to come out, I'll just sit here like a loon and just talk rubbish for about another 2 hours. Breeze's Bike Shop, how you doing? Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. 53 in the house now. That's climbing. It's lovely to see. If you have got a YouTube channel, if you go across to your community tab, copy and paste this stream out off of the URL, which is up there. Copy the URL, put it in your community tab, copy and paste it, and put on there Micks Mowers is live. Come and join me, boom, and send it out in the community tab. Share me out on Instagram, Twitterizer, all that sort of stuff, Facebook. It gets more in here, and the more fun we have. So simple as that. If you can share me out, that'd be cool. Luke Tut, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Is it Tut or Trot? Luke Trot, how you doing? Nice to see you. Let me put my laptop down a bit. I can't quite see. A little bit of glare coming off of that. Let me move my old camera back a smidge. We got someone coming down in the house now. Oh, look at you, gorgeous lady. How are you doing down there? Can you just do this to get my camera? Just do that. Yeah, you're gorgeous. You can come on up. Here she is. Get it done, Granny. How you doing, sweetheart? Nice to see you.
I don't believe you weigh that much. I believe you're fibbing.
I tell you, that's the gospel honest truth, sweetheart. Gospel honest truth.
Well, I tell you what, you carry your weight well because you don't look it.
It's because I hide it. I hide it in my trousers. That's why. It's all overhanging. It's all overhanging. No, it's true. It's what I am. Quite a big lad. So it's time just to knock it back. You know, it's just getting to a point, Granny, where I need to think seriously what's going on. And with my brother-in-law having a heart attack, he had what's called a widow maker. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
Yeah.
He had a widow maker, which is a silent but deadly heart attack. It's not the normal one you have with a crushing chest pain and all that. So this is just pain down the arm or numbness in the arm, feel a bit weird, and that's why people generally miss it. So he had a widow maker. And
you could do it.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I've done it before. When me and Mrs. P got married, I lost about 4.5, maybe 5 stone, and got into like a size 34 trouser, which was absolutely fantastic. And I felt really good about myself too. Felt really good.
Better.
But it'll come off. It's as simple as that. I bought a new pair of dungarees today from the workshop, and they fit just. But if I sneeze, I'll probably go back in home in slices. So I need to be a bit careful. But there you go, Mick. If probably had hair, you'd weigh more. That's not even funny, Edward Thomas. I have hair on my chest. That's about it. That's why they call it AC Cobra. What's that all about? No idea. So how you doing, Granny? Are you doing well? What you been up to?
I'm doing better. That's like I said. I'm fighting this pneumonia, but I'll get it.
Are you on meds for that?
Oh gosh, they've got me on steroids and some sort of really, really good antibiotics. I don't know what it's called, but they're stout.
Oh, you're liking it, are you?
No, I don't like medicine. I hate medicine, but got to do what you got to do.
A widow, not window maker, Mick. Yeah, it's called a widow. You got me saying window now. A widow. Apparently that's what he was told just the other day. It was a silent one. And so when I went over to check him, he was good. He was really good. Pulse was fine. Everything was bang on. And literally 15 minutes later, he was in the ambulance and got blue lighted. So and had stents put in. So he's doing good now. He's had a few wobbles, but I think what it is, once you've had a situation like that, I think you feel for a little while like you are about to end, and any sudden move's gonna knock you off the perch, so to speak.
Yeah.
So there is an element of depression and anxiety that goes with it. I think Mike is certainly suffering with that. So he'd be fine. He come out today. We had a good chat today, so he's doing much better. So
he'll be surprised when he does get up and about, because those stents opening up those veins will make him feel so much better.
Yeah, well, he's lost a bit of weight too, which is really good to see as well. And he's already feeling better already, so that's really good. The link is in the chat, people. If anyone wants it, feel free to come on up. Rather than just leaving me and Granny set up here on our own, it's fair for you guys to use. This live stream is here for a panel for you to talk about yourselves. You can talk about your channel. You can do whatever you like. It's all there. So rather than sitting down there in the old chat over there, you can come up here and have a laugh and a joke up here. So the link is there. My late dad died of pneumonia. Well, funnily enough, it's not funny enough at all. My mum, she was admitted 2 years ago with pneumonia, and that led to heart failure. And she was in intensive care for 3 weeks. Not to spook you, Granny, but that's what it was.
No, I'm not spooked.
She pulled out of it, and she come out with about 15% heart function. But over the past 2 years, it's been a slow recovery. But she's up to about 65% now, so she's doing so much better. And we got my mum back for a while. So
Well, see, last week my husband was in the hospital. Well, maybe the week before last. I'm losing track of time. And he had pneumonia.
Yeah.
And come to find out it was viral pneumonia. And he had a heart attack because he's got heart issues anyway. But he's home and he's doing fantastic now.
Good.
I don't really feel bad. I just sound funny.
Yeah, well, to me, you always sound funny. You've got a funny accent. Tim Palmer, I can see you down there, mate. Can you just take your headphones off and on again for me, please, mate? Thank you, buddy. Fantastic. How you doing, Tim? Nice to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well.
Hello,
can you hear me all right, Tim?
I'm very well, mate. Thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, rocking and rolling, mate. You know me. Always busy. What have you been up to, buddy? Been up to much?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. Well, that'd be interesting for a chat. That'd be interesting for a chat, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Just getting tidied up. Just getting tidied my garden up.
Is it a bit of a state? Is it?
Yes, mate.
Why is that? What you done to it?
Yes, mate.
What you done to it? Is it just getting out of winter mode and into summer mode?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you'll see if you get time, come up and sort mine out. Are you watching YouTube or are you watching StreamYard, Tim?
Yeah. How do I mute my YouTube?
Okay, so are you on a laptop, are you?
Yes.
Okay, so go up the top and you'll see it says StreamYard and it says YouTube. If you just get rid of YouTube altogether on the little tiny tab, so the little tiny cross, not the red cross, the little tiny cross, get rid of the YouTube, and that will leave you just with your StreamYard.
No, that's better. I'm not getting an echo now.
There you go. I wasn't getting an echo on my end, but I was picking up. You had about an 8-second delay, which tells me you were running off of YouTube.
Right.
So what? So your garden is just being de-winterized.
Yes, mate.
Yeah, mine's hideous at the moment. I've still got to get my old shed down. That's still up. I know. Do that. I've got the old kennel, which is now my mower store. I've got to get that cladded. I've got 2 fence panels down over here, that side, which I was going to do this weekend, but we've got the high winds coming in, so I've decided to leave it and see what tomorrow brings. I might have a few more panels down yet, and I'll get them done in one hit. And then my grass needs cutting, so I need to get one of the mowers out. I'll try and fire my old hater up, see how that's doing. Fire that up and try and get that running, try and get my grass cut. And I've got so much stuff to go to a tip. I think I'm going to get banned from going to a tip at some point. I've only got a little Astra van, and you can't take trailers in the tip down my way anymore unless you go to a commercial one. So it is what it is. I need to get rid of it. I went there once today already, did one load, but I've probably got about 15 tip runs to do, and then starts the jet washing and all that sort of good stuff. So I'm pretty much in the same boat as you, really.
Well, I jet washed my door and my front door and that down yesterday because it had all green algae and that over it. So I've just got that washed off and get that cleaned up and I had some old lino line out the back that the rats had got to and started chewing in that. So I had to clean all that up and that.
Yeah. Mine is very similar. I jet washed I got one of these communal driveways. It's shared between 3 houses. And I own the smallest part. I got access, and then my car park bay, and the other 2 houses got room for 2 cars or something. And I did mine. I jet washed the entire drive off about 2 months ago, which looks brilliant. But it's already got algae coming back already. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get that sorted out. I'm gonna get a new front door anyway. I'm gonna get a new front door put on in a couple of months because my doors had it.
Other than that, I've just been trying to get my lawnmowers ready for starting in March for my grass cutting and that.
What, for your own grass cutting?
No, well, for my own grass cutting business.
Oh, okay, right. So you're actually a lawn care guy, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So what sort of equipment do you run?
I've got 2 Sovereign lawnmowers. I've got 2 Wilkinson lawnmowers, and I've got. Like I said, I've got a Challenge Extreme trimmer, grass trimmer that's about 6 years old.
Yeah.
And it's still running.
Yeah, good.
I've got a Sovereign hedge trimmer. I was just given a Titan hedge trimmer by one of my neighbours.
Okay.
I've got a leaf blower that I need to get looked at because it keeps dropping revs, like I said to you before in when I was on the comments.
Yeah.
And other than that, that's what I've got, and I've got a challenge chainsaw as well.
Okay, so you're running sort of mediocre sort of stuff then.
Yeah.
No, it's not a dig. It's not a dig at all.
No. I understand. I understand.
When I started doing lawn care, started exactly the same as that. That's what I had. I could only run what I could afford.
Yeah.
But it's nice to hear that even your challenge extreme stuff, which I actually rate as a personal use thing. I actually rate the equipment for household stuff. For commercial, I think it depends what you define as commercial. Especially if you're doing like just little postage stamp style lawns, the stuff you run is fantastic and it will do you. It's when you get onto the bigger stuff is when the problems start to occur. But by the sounds of it, you've got three or four mowers, 2 or 3 cutters and trimmers and what have you. So you've got enough backups should something fail.
Yeah.
So to me that's good. I rate the Titans and the Ryobi sort of stuff as well that you get from Screw Fixed because lots of professional cutters that I know, they also will go to Screw Fixed and they will buy 2 or 3 hedge cutters, 2 or 3 trimmers a year, and they just run them to death till they go bang, and they just go down to Screw Fix and just go and buy another one.
Yeah, rather than repair them, they just run them to the death, like you say. They run them to the death, and then
exactly that.
Throw them on the tip.
That's it. And for what they're paying for a brand new machine, what is it in hedge? What is it for a Titan hedge cutter now? They're about 140 quid, aren't they? Brand new, I think 150 nicker, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Then they can afford to buy 2 or 3 of them a season if they need to.
Yeah.
Versus your steel or Husqvarna, which are ranging anywhere between 500 to 800 quid.
Yeah.
I need to sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Oh, I hope you're not catching what I got.
I've been down with Chinese. I've probably got that what's name virus, I suspect.
Oh,
Roy's
no.
how you doing, Roy's the boy? Nice. Doing well. Nice to see you out, buddy.
Good evening, everybody.
Evening, Sparky.
Evening, Sparky.
Oh yeah, Sparky boy. How are you doing? Nice to see you up on you. I'm surprised you're up here, Sparky, after last night's debacle giving me jip.
What?
Well, you give
Oh
me.
yeah, Granny. Oh yeah, Granny.
I'm surprised you let him up, Mick.
Yeah, well, I tell you, after last night's debacle, calling me names and taking the mic. Yeah.
Oh, you kidding me? I actually give you a compliment. You
Rude. So. Hey, you're good. You're good, lad, Spark. I know you're only playing. You
anyway, how has your Saturday been then? Besides doing all your work,
how's what?
how's your Saturday been?
Busy. I have been busy. This little puppy over here. That's one of my little Mountfields. As I said, little Mountfield. I forgot what it is now. Mountfield 146. Which I think is also a screw fixer.
Yeah.
That was seized. Got to know, Mick. Do you try out the trimmer with a chainsaw? Got to know. Did you try out the trimmer with the chain? Yes, mate. Yeah, I did. It's down there. Well, the little green one, Dirt Rider, that runs really sweet, actually. The only downside to those multi-tools, and you've got to watch them, this one doesn't actually have it. But some of the other ones, the Titans definitely do, and the Ryobis definitely do, is they have what's called a safety chain on them, which is where they're actually missing every other tooth.
You cheeky sod snobby.
And what actually happens is it jumps on the blade, it stops it biting. But that one actually hasn't got one, but yeah, it runs fine. Mick, I've got a special trimmer for your collection, says Mark. Yeah, fine. Yeah, Mark, email me up, mate. Or you got the phone number, Mark. Ring me up and send me a photograph first. I know what you like, Mark. You'll probably turn up with no engine on it. I know your sort of game. Let me know, Mark. Yeah, give me a text, buddy. You got my number. If you haven't got it, Mark, I'll give you a text later on. Not a problem. Just let me know if you haven't got my number anymore, Mark. I know that I got yours. So yeah, running mediocre stuff, no problem with that. I know I have a friend of mine, Luke, who's got his Honda Izzy in my shop at the moment, which has been an absolute swine. I'll tell you about that in a bit. He was running McCulloch stuff, and he's really commercial, and he was coming back every month. Every month he was coming back with breakdowns after breakdowns. I said, mate, you've got to get better stuff in. But I had a Honda HRX 476, also had a Steel HS45 in, and other bits, and an Izzy. And he parted with a sensible amount of money. And since then, he hasn't been back. However, this season, he came in to have his Honda Izzy looked at because the deck had started to rust out because he didn't clean it, which is what the Honda Izzies do. So he went out and bought a brand new deck for it, brand spanking new deck, which is over there. As soon as I got it in, I painted it up, give it an Amorite protection, 2 coats of Amorite. He bought his mower in the next day, and he bought a 16-inch cutting blade width, which is a 17.5-inch deck, and his Izzy is a 19.5-inch deck.
Somebody in the basement.
I've got 1 or 2 in there, I think, Granny. It's because my pop-up chat. Let me just get rid of that. Yeah, I've got 2 in here by the looks of it.
I need a place for what kind of chainsaw that I could get for me to run.
Ken Small Engine, are you there, buddy? Can you just have you got a hat? Have you got a hat on, Ken? Yeah, cool, lovely. You can come up. It didn't look like you, Ken. I'm going to see the top of your head. Snobby Scrap Picker, you don't have to take your hat off, Snobby. I can tell that face absolutely anywhere, sweetheart. Come on up, pop it. There he is. There's Snobby Scrap Picker. I've got Ken Small Engine as well. Sparky, can you please run Jason Patterson's Patty Performances link for me?
Snobby, I'm not that old.
You're young.
I've already been running.
Snobby tried to say I was 55.
Good man.
Well,
cheers.
It's very hard to judge, Tim, when you've got no channel or content. You know, I always had you down for 54, 55, you know, that sort of age. You know.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's not until someone comes up on the panel, Snob, you actually think, hello, really?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
I'm 47.
I don't want everybody to run away screaming.
Evening, Ken. Evening, Sparky. Tim, Granny.
Good evening.
And the big fella above me. Hello.
How you doing, mate? Yeah, big fella. How you doing, Snob? You all right, mate?
Yeah, all right, all good.
Oh, you don't sound it. You sound a bit downs in the old dumpsters.
I've got a chip on my shoulder.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah. to be fair, it's normally the other shoulder. So how you doing, then, Ken? Are you doing well, buddy? Nice to see you.
Yeah, I just finished up a Tecumseh video I just posted on fixing up a governor.
A governor, as in a Tecumseh
lawnmower blower. A governor. This one had a bent up governor rod inside. It was all bent up because he rigged it up like a mini bike. I talked about it last time. So I waited about a week. I got the correct bent governor rod that goes from the inside of the engine outside. And then I showed him the video how to adjust. Because a lot of people don't know how to adjust a Tecumseh governor, and they over rev and ruin the engine.
Yeah. They're not similar to Hondas, but lots of people don't know how to adjust a Honda governor either, and can generally have the same sort of issues as well. They set it, and it ends up revving its head off, and then they can't put it back to where they actually had it in the first place.
And then I used my tachometer to set it to 3,400. So you'll see it all. It's about a 10-minute video. It's pretty good.
Cool.
And how close did you get it to 3,400?
I got it right on.
Oh, check you out.
Well,
mini milk in the house.
On the tachometer, you know. I think the tachometer is 3421.
I don't have a tachometer. I just use this thing here. This is called an ear.
Well,
and
before I bought my electronic tachometer, I actually have a. You ever use a cerometer? The plastic one that they sell, like Briggs and Tecumseh sell them.
Yeah.
Wire. They work. I tell you, they're very accurate. They really are.
Yeah, I know that Bruce has got one where he has to get a bit of reflective strip and put it on the blade and do it.
Yeah, an optical tack. Yep, those work too. Yep.
Yeah.
But for years, just using a cerometer with a wire.
Ken's
It's
having a
gone.
moment.
Bear with me. Well.
Ken's froze.
Yeah. Puller Ed says governors suck. Yeah, they do.
Especially when they're not adjusted right.
We've got Polar
But
Ice
they'll
in the
save
house,
the engine usually.
which is Snobby Scrap Picker's little girlie. She's in the chat, so make sure that you keep your language down because we've got a juvenile in the house. Polar Ice. I've got a tachometer in my tool box. You can have it, Mick. Yeah, send it over when you bring the strimmer. I'll have
Andrew,
that.
the weather's on red alert at the moment. We've been told to stay indoors tomorrow.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'll keep quiet for a minute. Say again, Sparky.
We've been red alert, basically just been told to stay indoors. We've had a flash warning on on TV tonight.
You're not going to cop it your end. We're going to cop it our end.
Well, I'm going to send it over to you then.
We're supposed to get bad weather in Scotland.
Yeah.
Barbara's got to go. Thank you, Barbara, for popping in. Nice to see you. Hope you have a nice evening. Thanks for
Hi,
popping
Tina.
in. Do appreciate it.
Bye, Barbara.
When's that coming in then, Spark?
About 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning.
We're supposed to start to get it about midnight tonight. Apparently, that's what they're saying.
Well, this on the local news just said do not travel and not advised to go anywhere tomorrow morning from 1:30 in the morning. It'll be kicking off.
Well,
What's coming? What's on the way there, guys?
we've got a storm coming, sweetheart. Did it come? I think it came from over the States. Did it come over there?
We're thinking from Granny's end, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it come from the States, Granny. And we anything that you guys get in the States, we generally cop the tail end of it. Generally,
I don't never get anything. I live in some sort of dome. I don't know what's going on in my area.
Well, we had wicked wind last night. We had 50, 60 mile an hour winds last night.
Where at?
Yeah.
In Connecticut on the East Coast.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm on the
It only
East
came
Coast
through
of
because
West Virginia.
it went from 50s down to like 20s. So that front that came in brought a lot of wind.
I'm in West Virginia, and I don't know, the area that I'm in, for some reason, we don't get all this craziness.
it's either that, Granny, or that medication you're on is really good.
Really good.
Granny be like floating around. Yeah, this is a cool
I
day.
just want some
So, yeah,
snow,
we-
guys.
I
I'm
think-
sick of having no snow.
Yeah, I know. I've been chatting to Jason Patty, seeing his videos, and he's sick and tired of it. He's got blowers queued up, waiting to go, and he's got.
Did you go on his live stream this morning?
Hell yeah! I just missed you. I think you went out as I came in. I see you up there.
Yeah, I went to go fix that Tecumseh, but he, I tell you, I don't know where he found that wife of his, but get some of those, okay?
Yeah, she loves a snowblower.
Well, you say that, but she did fork out over $100 for a crapped out blower.
But she loves
blower.
trucks. She loves working on them, going on. I mean, just where do you find that?
Yeah. Yeah, I think she knows. I think she knows more than what he does.
I love doing stuff like that.
Well, from what I hear, she does a lot of background stuff. It's like she says Instagram. I reckon she's actually going, check the valves in the background. That's what you can actually hear her in the video.
Well, what do they say? Behind every good man is a good woman, right?
You're not far wrong, mate. You're not
Hey,
far
my
wrong.
daughter's got her Jeep motor tore down right now. She's done took the heads off and everything.
Good girl.
There you go.
Good girl. I remember going to work one day, and there's a young lady on the railway 10 years ago. Having ladies on the railway was you didn't see them. You just didn't see them. But we had a contractor come in one day to act as a lookout. Because during the day we have to have lookouts stand a quarter of a mile away, and they wave a flag and blow a horn if a train comes. It's Victorian, but it works. And she, I can't remember her name, but she was a Land Rover enthusiast, and I was really big into my Land Rovers. And she was saying, "Yeah, I've got a Series 1A in my garage. I've got the engine off. I've taken the pistons out of it." I was like, "Oh, me and you need to go and have breakfast at some point." Do you know what I mean? Because everyone else is boring me about football and this, that, and the other. And she's talking about stripping down a Land Rover head. It's like music to my ears. But
Yeah, I was gonna say, you must have looked massive inside a little tiny Land Rover.
say again, mate.
I'm going to say you must have looked massive inside a little tiny Land Rover.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said. So,
Oh, it's too funny again.
Who was that? Is that Dusty in the background? Is it?
No, that's Polar Ice.
I haven't got a lobster here. Look, I haven't got a lobster to give Polar Ice.
Oh, I've got one somewhere.
Whenever.
That's the young lady who's got the motor tore down.
Yeah.
I'm proud of my daughter.
I'm only bringing it out for Edward.
That's the way I do it. Yeah. Treat them get them to do their own stuff. It's brilliant. If you can repair your own motor, you're halfway home. It's funny how Polar Ice always gets chopsy when she's behind the camera. She never gets chopsy when you put her up on the panel. That's what I can't quite figure out.
I'll put a cake in it.
Oh, look at you. Who put 10p in you tonight, eh?
He's laughing with a smile from ear to ear.
Put 10p in it, pull the arm down and watch it go like that. Unreal. Oh, hush yourself now. Hush yourself. Hey, Joe, how you doing, sweetheart? Nice to see you in the background. I can see you, babe.
Hi, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
You doing well?
Hello, Joe.
Hello.
Are you on Stormwatch tonight, Joe?
Stormwatch, yeah.
I wish.
She's going to be asleep. I'm going to be wide awake because of the insomnia.
Oh, behave yourself. You love it. You get on that old Steve. Well, it's like it every night. I see it. You got a little pooch.
Oh,
wow.
Got 3 of them.
I didn't know it turned into one.
Oi.
What did he say?
Nothing.
I didn't get it. Apparently in Ohio, Ken said he got a few inches yesterday, apparently.
Yeah, usually we get what they get the next day, but it depends what part of Ohio. If it's the Canadian jet stream, sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't.
Yeah. That's a private chat. Okay, cool.
I want some snow. I fixed my Jeep this summer and I haven't been able to play in it any.
I'm not interested in snow anymore. I don't mind snow because my line of work that I do on the railway, we've only got to get 5 millimeters of snow, and I'm cancelled. I'm cancelled because if you can't see the ballast in difference to the sleepers, my machine can't pick it up, and we end up smashing sleepers in half. So.
I might have to.
What do you replace ties and ballast, Mick?
Say again, Ken.
You replace ties and ballasts, or what?
Just I correct the geometry. So where the track is
pull them up and make them level.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Yeah. Big
I've seen
big
those
tines.
machines. You got one of those company machines that lifts it up.
That's it. Yeah, that's me.
Lifts up and shakes the gravel and all that.
Yeah, that's me. It's called a tamper. That's what I use. You're saying what, Snob? You got to tap out, Snob?
Yeah, I might have to tap out because Ali Max just posted a 12-hour video. So if I start now, I might be good to go at sort of 7 in the morning.
What's the video about? If it's any good, I'm going to shut the stream down and watch it myself.
I think it's the booze cruise ship he might have gone on. You know, the one that Dirt Rider wants to get on as well. You know, that one where they go out, follow the tide out, come back in. 12 hours later, you can't get off the boat. Well, you fall off.
That sounds like
boat cruise.
They roll him along the track, says Mark Wakefield. See, Mark Wakefield was actually one of my colleagues at work back in the AMIC days, and he was what they call a fitter because he's not actually a mechanic. He doesn't know actually how to fix stuff. He just takes bits off and puts new bits on. So I don't think there's much place for now for mechanics in your line of work. As a Mark, you're just a fitter now, aren't you? I think you're just a fitter. Which is nice, I suppose. If you want a spark plug change, that's a good thing, I suppose.
Hey Mick, question about the chat.
About the what?
The chat on the sides where everyone's chatting. Can we chat on the side there?
Okay, so no, you can't there in StreamYard. So what you want to do you have YouTube open? Are you on a tablet or what are you on?
I just have the StreamYard open because otherwise it would double dip and all loud.
So are you on a laptop or are you on a iPad?
Oh, okay. No, I can do it on my phone. I could get on my phone and watch it that way. Yeah. Okay.
Ken, don't do that to me.
Huh?
Yeah.
You went. Oh,
Bye, Joe.
No, I got the phone.
Yeah, you can either do it on your phone or if you're on a laptop. You're on a laptop, Ken.
No, I got a Chromebook I'm using now, and then I'll use my phone.
Okay, yeah, cool. You can bring up YouTube, pause it, and then if you go onto the YouTube comments, scroll up and down, there's 3 little dots. If you tap that, it says pop out chat, and then you can then move that on top of your StreamYard. That's what I'm using. So let me show you.
See if it works.
So I've currently got my StreamYard running.
Yep.
And then I've got my YouTube chat alongside it.
Yeah, see, I don't think it works the same with a Chromebook. We don't have those options.
It may not.
It does.
It does. Sparky says it does.
I'm clicking on the 3 dots, but it doesn't have anything about chat.
No, what you need to do is when you go onto the 3 dots on there, just drag. It should say chat pop out.
Nope.
It should say on the Chromebook. Which Chromebook you on? Are you on the?
It's an Acer. I don't know. It's fairly new. It's an Acer 15 Chromebook. I don't know.
You should have it. Yeah. Are you on the proper Yeah. You should have the 3 dots there. A second.
Yeah, no, I think I have 3 dots. It starts out with new tab, and it goes all the way down and has settings on the bottom. But I don't see any. I don't see.
Oh, you're in StreamYard. You're in StreamYard.
Chat or live chat.
You're in StreamYard at the moment. You need to be in YouTube.
Yeah, you got to be on YouTube.
What I can do though, I got to go on YouTube, shut the sound off, because otherwise you guys will hear 3 conversations.
Yeah, that's fine. No problem. You can do that. You can do that.
I can do that. Hold on.
You can do that. We'll wait for you. No problem.
No, go ahead.
So your equipment then, Tim, is it all serviced, good to go, or what sort of state is it in?
Well, at the minute I've got one Sovereign that it'll start and then all of a sudden it'll die again, and then it'll start again and then die.
What is it?
It's 2 minutes. I've got the model number.
No, what engine is it?
I'm not sure.
All right, yeah. It could be. Is it a Sovereign?
Yeah,
could be anything. It's not a Briggs, then, no.
No.
So it's probably either a Honda or a Chonda.
Petrol.
Chonda is a Chinese Honda. A Chinese Honda wannabe. Chonda.
Chonda, yeah.
It's probably some kind of Chonda. Yeah, it's probably just petrol, just a lot like Snobby said. I worked on a nice little on this one here actually. The bloke said to me that it just wants a service. To which I sent him photographs to say liar. And I sent it to somebody. I think I sent it to Pete actually. This is what I found in the carburetor today. I don't know if it's going to show up very well. It might not do. That was inside the carburetor today.
Bloody hell.
Look at that, Snob. Snob, that's a carburetor, look.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what is it? Right.
Looks like someone's taken a poop in it. It is about the best way I can describe it. It was shockingly bad. But it's what it is. So, that's actually now turning. So I just got to get that running. It's getting a bit warm in here. Just take my old hoodie off. You all right, Granny?
Yeah, I like that.
So I've got.
Oh my goodness!
I'm sexy and I know it.
You know what? Right, when you sent me that earlier, I was very tempted to put that in my community page.
That's good.
Very tempted. I couldn't find
that I'm too sexy one, so I had to find
I got this one for my kids.
I can't see it. Thanks for a second. If Daddy can't fix it, we're all screwed. That's about right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sexy and I know it. There you go, a little bit of fun for you. I've got 59 in the house tonight. That's really good, actually. Last week was a little bit slow, but I've got 59 tonight, which is fantastic. I'm really happy about it. If we can get a few thumbs up for those of you that have not yet done it, that would be really cool. I need help last time.
Get down, dog.
All right, just said 58. She's gone.
Hey?
All right, just said 58. She's gone.
Polar Ice is getting a bit above herself at the moment. I think we need her words. I think we need her words. Say again, Princess.
Don't make me change the thumbs up to a thumbs down.
Oh, you can change whatever you like. You see, thumbs down don't mean anything to me. Anything at all.
Ooh, why are you talking about it?
So talk about thumbs up would be nice. Thumbs down is just where people have lost souls and they have no bearing in life. That's what it is. They're just lost souls, and they have no bearing. But that's fine. Because don't forget, Polar Ice. At some point this year, I'm inviting Daddy and Mummy. They're going to come over for a little barbecue, and if Poppet wants to come over, listen to me. If Poppet wants to come over, more than welcome. And you can come over as well, Polar Ice. Not a problem at all. That's fine. I'll have a sand pit for you to play in or something like that. So that'd be all right for you. Sand pit, maybe a little ping pong table for you. I've got one of them little tiny water dispensing things where you can pour water and what have you, and all that sort of stuff. You'll love it. It'd be great. It'd be just like when you were at play school. So, with regards to your equipment, then, Tim, you've got one that's buggering about.
Yeah.
Do you generally do your own servicing, or what is it you do?
Well, I've not. What I can say, really, I've not really serviced them since I've had them, but I know they need to be serviced, and I'm learning a lot from your channel all the time. So I'll maybe have a go. Maybe have a go at trying to do it myself.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you can't get it sorted, watch my channel and you'll learn how to take it apart and scrap it.
No, won't do that. Won't do that. So I'll just send it to Mick.
Feel free. You got my email address, buddy. Feel free to email me up or give me a phone call. We'll do a FaceTime or something if you get stuck. I'm always here to help out if I can.
Thanks, Mick.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, for someone that does semi-commercial stuff, servicing and maintenance is key. Even if you're running mediocre stuff, some of the most expensive stuff fails, and it's just because they just work too hard and they're not looked after. Especially, I'm getting a lot of chainsaws in at the moment, steel chainsaws. I don't know if you come across it before, Ken, where you get a lot of heat transfer. A lot of heat transfer right across the piston where the piston rod connects to the piston. A lot of heat transfer. Have you seen that before?
A lot of discoloration.
Yeah. It's got to be heat transfer or something like that. I think it's just literally whether they fire them up, and from minute go they're just open flat out. You know.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to. People don't realize you're supposed to let them warm up for a couple of minutes, especially when it's cold out. Exactly that. I've had 3 in the past 2 weeks that all had piston damage, and it's just heat transfer. They just let them. It's like a day at the races. The flag goes up and the horses bolt. Right, it's exactly the same. You should never do it with chainsaw. You should let them warm up.
Good evening, Steve.
Well, the homeowners buy them and they use them once to chop down a 4-inch tree. You know.
Yeah. So I had that done. So yeah, Tim. Maintenance is key. Even my own mower, which I use for grass cutting, because I cut lawns as well. I've got a Hayter 48 Pro with a 56 Pro engine, which is the same engine effectively. And that's, even though that's had an engine rebuild, that's when I first did the rebuild on the engine, that's had 4 oil changes inside 3 months.
Bloody hell.
Only because I'm running the engine back in, and you have to make sure that it's running right. And that'll be on its 4th or 5th service since I've been running it. I generally, for my Hayter, I generally service my Hayter every 3 months. It has a new spark plug. Air filter is cleaned out with the air compressor because it's not dirty. Hit it with an air compressor, new spark plug, all changed, and a general tied up with a blade every 3 months. Simple as that. And that way it don't break down. It's never let me down. These people that run really expensive equipment and they just run it to just dies. And then they bring it and say, it needs a service. No, it don't need a service, mate. If it ain't running right, it wants more than a service. I can't stand people say, it just needs a service, and it's in bits.
Yeah.
Is it 6:30 tomorrow night at the Dusty's channel?
Yes, mate. Yeah, 6:30. Yeah, I reckon. I just say hello to a couple of people in the chat that come in. V8 Man, good to see you, and UK Scrapper, good to see you guys. Yeah,
nice to see you all. So, what was that about Dusty? Didn't she say something yesterday on her channel was going to happen? What was that? It was It was on your stream, wasn't it? Was it someone? Was it somebody who was taking a mickey out of their age?
It might have been that different.
It was a bend over challenge, wasn't it? Bending over and picking up a bit of paper, something.
Yeah, with your mouth. Yeah. Apparently, Edward's going to come up on the panel and show us how to do it.
Did Dusty manage to do it yesterday?
She did, yeah, but she didn't do it how she said. She couldn't do it standing on one leg. She had to split her leg.
Okay. So that'd be good. So hopefully Edward's watching. He'll be up on the old panel tomorrow, and we can watch Edward do the bend over challenge, which would be good.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see Edward on the panel.
Hey, I see Bruce is on. Mr. Pender's there.
Mr. Bruce Pender, what are you doing, sir? Hope you're doing well.
We gotta say hola. He's in Mexico.
I'll duck down and let Bruce come up, all right?
Stay where you are, Snob. There's no one there, mate. Stay exactly where you are.
Yeah, but
If
sometimes
somebody
they
comes
don't.
up, I'll just drop down into the basement.
Yeah, sometimes they don't want to because they feel, they're, going to push somebody out.
What was it she was wanting?
If the panel gets busy,
Is Bruce in the basement, Mick?
don't do it. If the
Was everybody
panel,
done there, Snobby?
I know what it's like. Sometimes people don't force themselves on it. So, if there's a space up there, they grab it. You know what I mean?
I understand that.
He's got his finger on the button.
You know, I had the power of the button. And there's only one button that had down the power is to bring it up. If you can stop doing it. Doing it.
What did he say? Didn't hear it.
Oh, Snobby's found it by. If it gets busy on the panel, I'll just rotate people. I rotate them around. No, it's not a problem.
Yeah, look, he needs a stream link. Yeah.
Right, so there's a link for anyone to come up. Open invite.
Snobby, get back up here.
It varies. I'll bring him back up. There he is. I brought it back up. Oh, who's that?
Put
Who's
on
that?
the link for Bruce.
Yes, Granny done.
No, that's cheating, Granny. Because you actually come out of it. Then I know you haven't. Where are you?
Mick, put on the stream link for Bruce.
Yeah, I brought you back up. See, no, Granny, I have control all the time. You don't come right out of the stream. I can control.
Hey, Mick, Bruce wants the stream link.
Yeah.
He's got it. It's there. It's in there.
Okay.
I'm getting there.
Then I'll go in the basement, let him come up.
No, you won't.
Oh, that's ugly.
What happened there? Everyone, look, people, I'm getting sick here. People are rotating.
Yeah.
I'm stupid.
Yeah.
I can't keep up. Everyone keeps dropping
What
out.
the hell are the squares?
I can see
Crazy.
someone in the basement.
There's no one there.
Yeah, I can see someone.
No, there's not. Have a quick look.
Bruce
Anyone
has
there?
to put down the Coronas and get on the stream.
But I saw Bruce do his video just the other day. For those of you who haven't checked Bruce's new video out, he was metal detecting, which is cool. And he got a load of bottle caps and anyway, you watch the film. And
find some Tecumseh parts down there.
To be fair, if you're going to find Tecumseh parts, that would be about where you'd find them, where people are throwing them on the beach. To be fair, that would be about the best place to find them. Am I right? What,
They made
Tim,
a lot of them down there.
Tim, what's your view on Tecumseh parts? On Tecumseh?
I agree with you, mate.
Keep it clean.
Rubbish.
Right, I
Hey,
have
watch
two in
my
the basement.
video. See how smooth it runs. That'll change your mind.
I have two in the basement. If anyone wants to drop out, filter, Granny's gone.
Granny's
Thank you,
gone.
Granny. You little sweetheart. Thank you, Granny, for doing that. I much appreciate it, Granny. Don't come out with stream altogether, Granny. I can see you down there, done, and I'll bring it back up when someone else wants to have a change around. So we've got Mr. Bruce Pender up. He's in check him out. He's in relax mode.
He's in Mexico.
Where's the hat, Bruce? No hat?
Check him out. There's no hat going on.
No.
How you doing, Bruce?
You guys
doing
didn't know
well?
I was bald.
Hey,
Oh my lord! Check you out.
I'm on the patio today.
We got to say hola,
good
Bruce.
Hola.
How you doing,
No, we
Bruce?
gotta say
Doing good?
hola, eh?
Excellent, eh? I am having a great vacation.
What have you
Looks
been up to,
nice.
mate? Have you been relaxing or you been busy doing bits and pieces?
Just everything. As you saw, you might have seen I've been doing some metal detecting down here.
Yeah, I see that.
I found a sack of nails on the beach and a few pesos. 150. Yeah.
I thought one of the things you found was actually a Tecumseh carburetor. I'm sure one was a Tecumseh carburetor, wasn't it?
There's a few down here.
Have you,
Is-
have you been on the water slide?
No,
Oh,
no, just on the beach here. Condo on the beach.
Have they got you to fix the Honda mowers down there yet, Bruce?
Well, I'm actually a friend of mine. He's an older guy. He's a member of some kind of a sailing club, and he wants me to go down to the local sailing club here and fix their generator.
Really? How cool is that? See,
Yeah,
no matter
so-
where you go, you can't get away from it. Do you see my new T-shirt, Bruce?
All I've got sex and sexy.
Sexy,
And I
know it.
I like that. I like it.
So I noticed. The funny thing is, you can never, whenever you go away for a little break, you always end up wearing some of the stuff that you wear in the workshop. And I noticed, Bruce, you were wearing on your holiday your safety sliders.
Yeah, or they're not flip flops, but they're you just keep going. You wear them in the shop. I don't.
No, I don't. I wear safety boots. I don't wear flip flops
with socks.
Oh, come on, that's rude.
As long as they're not Crocs.
Oh no, I won't wear Crocs. No. In fact, I bought a new pair of dungarees or bib and brace. So I'm turning into Bruce slowly. It's happening. I've got the dungarees now going on. It won't be long before I get a little bit of grey beardness going on, and then I'll start saying a lot. And before you know, I'm going to be a Brucey boy.
We'll be working on Tecumseh's.
Bruce, make a lab coat.
I've been working on a nice little RS100 this week, Bruce, which is over here. Nice little engine, They're a nice little overhead valve jobby. Do you know what? They're really crap when it comes to fuel, and I mean finicky. They just do not like any fuel that is starting to go a little bit funny. They don't like it at all. They like nice, clean fuel. But if you can get them to run right, and rim the old jets out so that you just open up that main jet just a touch, just take a bit of material off. Do you know what? They run sweet as a nut, absolutely sweet as a nut. I
think they're all designed to do that now.
They are now, and I think some just need a little bit more encouragement. These RS100s, I've had last season. I had about 8 or 9 of these in. Exact same mowers, and not the same mower, I may add. It's the same type of mower, and I've had 100% success with all of them. They are really, really good little mowers. The only thing that lets them down is the drive version. The gearbox on the drive is shocking because it's such poor materials. The drives are just, the gearboxes are crap.
I've never been. I've always disliked self-propelled lawnmowers. Just because
really?
I've never liked them because they're so heavy that by the time the poor person that's 68 years old buys them, by the time they get them out of the shed and get them lined up, it's almost as much work as just cutting the lawn.
Yeah, but a rear drive Honda, you can't beat a rear drive Honda.
True.
Oh, you can. I sold last year. A fella rang me up. He said he's got a ride-on mower with a Honda V. I think it's a V twin. Can I come and have a look and try and get it running? So yeah, come and look, not a problem. Anyway, it was shot. It's not been run for about 4 years. A lot of pulley damage, spindle damage, and the back where the box holds on was all shot. I said, do you know what, mate? It's not going to be worth me doing.
They're not cheap to fix.
Hey.
They're not cheap to fix, that's for sure.
No, exactly that. And by the time you put your parts on it, your labour on it, and all the rest of it, I'd have to bring all my tools up in the van, air compressor, everything. It just wouldn't be viable. So it's okay. Do you have a lawnmower that you got for sale? So yeah, he said, "That'd be a big one." That's okay. And he was of an age, is all I'm going to say.
Mature.
So as it goes, I had a big 21-inch cut snapper in. We don't get a lot of snappers over here. And it was an older one with the alley deck. But this one had... Say again?
The rubber disc drive?
Yes, it was. But it had six speeds on it.
Yep.
So it had a 6-speed box, which is great. When I got it in, it had a crack in the deck, which I got a sensible piece of metal and run it around the side and just riveted it through, sorted that problem out. That's fine. Anyway, sold it to this old boy. And I said, you're gonna have to watch it because 6th gear is a little bit of getting a pace on. So fourth gear is probably where you'd want to be. Anyway, he fired it up, and he's saying my drive don't work. I said, no, you're not. You got to put it into gear first, and then you push the lever. Well, he put it into 6, and he hit that lever, and he went up the garden on his belly, lawnmower, being dragged.
It'll drag you. It will drag you.
And his son looked round at me and just went, "We'll have it."
It's the same drive they use on the snow throwers. It's a pretty hefty drive.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, 6-speed to me, that was making me walk. You know what I mean? So in the end, I think he got rid of his Honda ride-on. He sold it just as a going concern. And to this day, he's still got a red snapper, and it's due to come back in for a service. He absolutely loves it. It did have a funny drive cable system on it though, but that was the only thing. It was a disc drive, but the cable system to get it down to drive was something new that I hadn't seen before. But it only wanted a cable adjustment just to take the slack up because it wasn't running in 5th and 6th gear. It was running in the other 4, but just with a bit of adjustment on the cable, it worked absolutely fantastic. But yeah, this little old boy, it wasn't a massive garden, about the same size as mine. And he texted back saying he can do the garden in just as much time with a ride on, because with a ride, you've got up and down, got to turn it around or muck about. He can do it in just as good a time. And at the same time, it keeps me fit as well, he said, because I have to run up and down the garden like a lunatic. So he's quite happy with it. So that was all good. So you're not into drive mowers then, Bruce?
Oh, I do them a lot. My personal ones are all just a blade, a case, lawnmower bag.
Don't you find that the drive mowers tend to fetch more money? Do you buy and sell, Bruce, as well?
Yes, I do, but not as often. So for me, a lawnmower without a bag is a desperation lawnmower for somebody who hasn't got a lot of money, and I sell them from $40 to $80 Canadian. And then if it has a bag, they go from 80 to 120, and if they're self-propelled, they'll go for 160.
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I've got in fact, I had a couple of rows this week. I had a couple of people. I've got some mowers up for sale currently. The black one, which I did a complete refurb on. The red one was still a complete refurb on. And the one, anyway. So I had some people ring me out or text me. They were from a different country, and I think my mowers are reasonably priced. They're not overpriced. They're reasonable. So a drive mower, second hand, done up, half sensible, goes for around about 80 to 90 quid, somewhere in there.
The same.
But when I'm that red one with the built-in roller,
yeah,
that's had a complete strip down. It's had primer, rust treatment, 2-3 layers of top coat, 2-3 layers of lacquer, full service, good to go. So I think that retails at about 375 quid or 375 pounds to you, Bruce.
Yep.
And this is only 2 years old, so it's only a year old because we only cut grass half a year in the UK. Because the rest of the time it's either too cold, too wet, or what have you. So each engine that's 2 years old is only a year old in hours. And I want £150 for it top end. That's where I want to be. I'll take a little bit less for it. I'll probably take a $1 for it. He messaged me saying 30 quid.
You're joking. Whoa.
I know what I'd have told him.
What's that?
I just pushed the block button. As simple as that. I'm 30 quid. So I don't know quite. I said to him beforehand, I've got these ones here. These are cheaper, a bit of rust on them and what have you. That for 50 quid. You know what I mean? And he said, no, I want that one.
Got someone in the chat, Vexus 147.
Yeah, something about a fire from the carb.
Yes, he wants some help, I believe.
Has he written where are you, Vexus? Have you actually? Has he actually written the comment already in?
Yeah. Earlier on.
Vexus here. Right, here we go.
He had a backfire. Looks like fire from the carb or something.
I'm trying to start my mower. It won't start. There is a popping and fire coming from the exhaust. So it's. I mean, you've got probably two of the world's best lawnmower engineers in the house at the moment.
Do we know them?
This man. Oh, I just dumped Bruce out of it. You got this man here. You got Brucey Boy. He's up in Canada, and you've also got Ken over in the US as well. So, what do you think, lads? Popping and fire, which is timing or valves?
Can I go first?
Yeah, go on. Go Snob.
Leave it at the front for the scrap man to come and pick up and buy yourself a new one.
Perfect.
Just rude. I mean, just rude. What do you think, Bruce?
Yeah, it's a valve issue. Whether the key is sheared, the exhaust valve is letting too much burnable fuel into the exhaust, and then it's firing out. So something to do with either the flywheel key or a valve is not quite right or something. You're going to have to do some looking.
What do you think? What do you think, Ken?
Well, we talked about that last week too. We asked the guy that did it jerk the rope out of his hand when he's pulling it. You know, but I mean, if it's too far retarded instead of advanced, it could put some fuel and spark while it's intaking and spit it out the carburetor. I've seen that before too.
Exactly that. So, is it go on.
Can I just say, don't the exhausts have like a muffler and flames wouldn't come out the exhaust?
Well, think about if you have a burnt exhaust valve. I've seen that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the fire that's coming out is literally unburnt fuel. So what I would say is you're getting too much fuel going into the cylinder.
The intake valve is opening while it's combusting, and it's allowing the flame to go back through the carb.
Exactly that.
Or the exhaust. Either way.
Yeah. So the first question is for you, Vixus, is have you hit anything with a lawnmower? That's the first question I would say. If you hit something, then that would sort of rule in with timing of the flywheel key has been sheared, and what Ken said, whether it's too far advanced or retarded back, as the Americans say. So you could check that, and both myself, Ken, and Bruce will have videos on those on our channel, so feel free to check that out. How to check that. The other thing is, I have a sneaky suspicion if it's not the timing, it could be one of the valves has let go, and it's normally the exhaust valve is what is a culprit. It could be that the valve has actually let go, or come unseated from the rockers. It could be that. Yeah.
So all the pressures, it only can come out the intake because there's nowhere else for it to go. Exactly that.
So. You need to do a bit more diagnosis work with it. Popping, backfiring, or the pull cord snatching out of your hand, all of that is suggesting to be a timing issue. I would say it's nothing internal initially.
Is it overhead valve or flathead? That'd be good to know.
Yeah, what sort of engine is on it, Vixus? What sort of engine have you got on it? If you can email me a photograph of it, that'd be cool.
It was running fine until we turned it over to clean the underneath. Well, generally, it just fills up with oil, don't it, once you turn it over or turn it to its side.
Right, okay. So, where's that comment? Where's that? Is that a comment come through, is it?
Yeah, it's there. I can see it.
I'm not seeing it.
It was running fine until I turned it over to clean the underneath.
Right. Okay. So in that case,
I always got into it.
Just run it. Just run it. Fill the tank up with juice is my guess. Fill the tank up with juice. Get it started, and then just try and get it to run. Lots of people when they tip them up to clean them, they automatically try and fire it back up and get straight away back up again, and you're pouring oil into a valve chamber, and they don't like that. So it could be that it's a number of things. I would. What was it originally? He said it. Did it say it just pops and mucks about?
Will it run?
It won't run. Vixus, fire coming from the carb as well. Yeah. Where's the other comment you had? Get it done, Granny. I can't find the other comment. It was there somewhere. Just trying to find another comment. Bear with me. Roy's a boy. Here it is there. Here it is there. So he says, "Hey, I'm trying to find it's popping and fire coming from the exhaust. It won't start." Okay. So my guess is go back to it today or tomorrow. Go back to it and check your oil levels. Make sure that they're where they need to be.
Take the spark plug out.
Yeah, take the spark plug out. give it a couple of pulls without the spark plug, and it might throw up and be sick everywhere. Check your oil levels again, and leave it on its wheels. Try and fire it up. If it won't start, you can put a bit of carb spray in the throat of the chamber to get it to run. I'm convinced if it was running perfectly fine beforehand, there's no damage other than you pouring oil to where perhaps it shouldn't be, or too much oil in the quantity. So bit of carb spray in the throat of the carburetor. Take the airbox off and just put a bit of carb spray inside the throat of the carburetor. Get it to run, and then it may just settle out itself. Lots of lawnmowers that I get come in, they say the lawnmower is smoking like hell, and generally the first question I ask is have you tipped it up? Yeah, I tipped it up to clean it. And you run it for 15 minutes, and eventually the smoke will clear. And you're right, Pete. Yeah, it will smoke like a pig. I don't think it's fuel mix, because unless it's a 2-stroker, like a Victor or something like that. But it's probably a 4-stroker. Yeah, just try and get it to run, and just try and keep it running, and eventually it should clear. If not, timing issue or valve issue is what I would say.
You could even put a little bit of carb spray in the cylinder before you put the plug back in.
Yeah, good idea, Bruce.
So, Mick, what's the worst, besides the Tecumseh, what's the worst lawnmower you've worked on?
Besides the Tecumseh, the worst lawnmower I've ever worked on was a Tecumseh. It has to be a Honda HRX 476, which initially came to me with a drive issue. So I put a new belt on it, fired it all up, and the drive worked lovely, but the rotor clutch didn't. So I put it back on the bench, had another look at it, took the belt off, fired it back up again. The rotor clutch worked, but the drive didn't, because there's no belt on it. So I put it back on again, and then the drive worked again. And I just spent all day
going backwards and forwards. Yeah.
And what it was my own stupidity. And this is what I say: I'm not a professional in any way, shape, or mind, but I will have a go. And what it is when you put them rotor clutches back on them HRXs, because it is a clutch plate system that when you activate it, it shrinks and engages. What it was is when I was putting it back together, I wasn't engaging the rotor clutch arm and then screwing the clutch in, because the clutch was out. When you engaged it, it would never engage properly. So that was my own stupidity, and it took about 3 hours of editing to make me look like a hero. I did explain the reasons why and what have you, but yeah, HRX 476 can be a bit of a pickle. Not the engine, it's the rotor clutches I'm not a fan of.
I wished I had the Honda tool to squish that clutch.
Yeah, don't we all wish we had that Honda tool to squish that clutch?
I use little 2-inch C clamps.
Yeah, they are good. Have you ever come across that other one? I think I might be wrong. Don't shoot me down in flames. I think it is a 194 Honda with a rotor clutch. It's got that massive spring on it. Have you seen them ones with the huge big springs? They're about 1.5 inches in diameter. And if you don't watch it, when you unscrew that disc, it shoots out and smacks you straight across the knuckles. And when you record the video, you can't swear. So this is why we're lucky. We've got this thing called an editing button. Because that thing did smash me in the knuckles 2 or 3 times, and I threw it across the garden again. So yeah, I mean, we'll get them. I've had engines. I was talking to Pete Frau today. He's had one of these RS 100s in, and he's cleaned the carburetor 4 times on it, and done nothing other than clean the carburetor 4 times. And on the 4th time, it fires into life. So I think we've all had them where they can be a bit of a pickle. I know that Bruce was recently doing a video on. Was that a blower, Bruce? You were pulling it like your life depended on it.
Yes.
Yeah, I was in fits because I know you've got this sort of probably not issue with pulling and what have you. I can tell by your body posture. But Bruce's train of thought was, if this thing don't blinking start in a minute, I'm going to turn that camera off and chuck it. Do you know what I mean? We all get it. We all get it. The thing is, what you have to do is you have to go back to basics, and you have to appreciate the combustion engine for what it is. And if you can get the four things to happen, the spark and the fuel and the gas, if you can get those things to happen, then why doesn't it want to start?
Yeah.
You know, if you're getting them things, it should at least fire, right? But I've had engines that won't even fire up. And you've got all the right ingredients. So what's your worst engine you ever worked on, Bruce? That's a good question. What's been your most pain in the side engine that you've either haven't got running or you wish you never met?
Oh, that's a tough one because they've all been good and they've all been tough. I would have to think it was had to be overhead valve because they can be a little trickier when things aren't going well. And I think it was probably an overhead valve Honda that was giving me grief.
Okay, and what was the outcome?
Well, I was hesitating to crack them apart because some of them come apart at an angle, and you just don't want to take the engine apart and go through all that craziness. So that was probably what I was doing. I was spending too much time trying to make the right things happen without going the extra step.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But yeah, them Hondas, they split at an angle, don't they?
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, I've got the GX100 does. That splits at an angle, and it's a fine balance between splitting it and getting your head close enough to see where the bits come from. I
think it was a GX140, and it was totally worn out. And I finally got it going, and it just smoked like a son of a gun after. Just, I let it run for 25 minutes, and it's still smoking. So intake valve issue, I think. Or,
I think
valve seat.
I saw that video. I'm sure I did. Silver deck Honda.
Yep.
Yeah, a smoker, and they do tend to smoke a bit when they're a little bit of an age anyway. Has someone got a dog that wants to lay down somewhere?
My dog just come into the kitchen and went out again.
That might be it.
That's it.
You need to put some socks on that dog. I think I saw that video. You got it running to a good fashion in the end, but still a bit of a smoker. I think it's just a bit wore out in it.
It's outside under a good lawnmower cover. I buy them, by the 6-pack, those lawnmower covers, and I have to decide whether to part it out or sell it cheap because it runs. It'll sell because it's a Honda, right? It'll sell because it's a Honda.
So, on average, on a pull-cord engine, how many times would you have to pull it before it generally starts up? 2, 3
times.
Three times. So why the hell do I see countless people pulling on something until they run like Popeyes, trying to get it to start, and they've pulled it about 300 times and it still won't start? So maybe that tells you that it's not going to start after the 300th pull.
Are we talking about general public people, or are we talking about lawnmower mechanic people?
Well, I was just saying, how on average, how many pulls does it take to start an engine up that's working?
If there's nothing wrong with it, brand new, or it was working last week, and when I cut the grass this week, it should be 2 or 3 pulls.
Right. So, if you come across something that doesn't start within, say, 5 pulls, would you then continuously keep pulling it 20, 30 times to see if it will go?
Well,
no, you find out what the problem is.
I would say to a fashion, anyone that works with small engines, although we're hoping it's going to start, but by continually pulling it, say 10 times, we're listening for what it's doing. We're listening for that compression, that pop. We're diagnosing. So
choke, no choke, gas, no gas, prime.
Yeah,
each one's a pull. Each one's a pull.
Yeah, so we're actually trying to diagnose what's going on. This little engine over here, I think got that running today. I think it took about 8 pulls to get it running. And I had primed the tank up with the primer bulb. It recommends about 3 or 4 primes. I give it about 10 because I did do a tank flush on it. But it fired and ran after the 8th pull. But before that, it was lifeless. So already after the 4th or 5th pull, I'm thinking no spark. It's got compression. So I'm already thinking of where I'm going next. So I think to a certain fashion, Snob, what you're saying is a valid question. But to diagnose this stuff, we have to get it running. But before we get it running, we have to diagnose why it ain't running.
Oh yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not as up with the engine as you were, right? But I have been around small engines since I was a child, because I used to have a go-kart that came off of a fairground ride that used to have a lawnmower engine on it, right?
Yeah.
And then that lawnmower engine gave out in the end, and a Honda 90 engine was put on it that had gears. So I have been around engines for some time. I'm not like wet behind the ears or anything like that.
No, sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been around. I might not show it because I always like to listen to other people first to see how knowledgeable they are.
Very good.
Definitely. I think
you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. And I think I like to watch people trying to start two-strokers because in fact I think I'm not going to name him, but he was trying to fire up a chainsaw in a video I watched, and I clearly heard it fire after the 3rd pull. Clearly heard that fire, and he then continued to pull it for a further 3 times. When he turned the choke off, it wouldn't start after the 4th pull.
Flooded.
But he's already flooded that engine. That engine is already flooded. So now, best thing to do, air filter off, let it stand for 5 minutes, go back to it, and get it. So with two-strokers, I work of a ratio 2 on, 2 off, 2 on, 2 off, generally as a rule of thumb.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't fire after about 6 revolutions of that cycle, I then turn the choke off and I'll pull that about 20 times just to try and get the fuel out of the system. By sort of getting it from that system, and then I put it back on the choke for 2 pulls, and then repeat the cycle. So many people just can't start 2 strokes. It's not even funny.
That's like your free what do you guys call them? Strimmer you got there, that nice steel one you just did.
Yeah, it isn't that a crazy thing, you know? And initially, I was starting that incorrectly because the choke was actually up the top, and they do change them. And I was convinced that most of the stills that I've done have got that automatic choke where you put it on the choke when it starts, you squeeze the trigger, it comes off choke. But once I'd sussed, it actually is the other way around. It fires up sweet as a nut every single time. And why would somebody throw away a 2013 steel curved strimmer that's done no work? As far as I can see, the engine is good, really good. It's been well looked after. Why throw it away other than the reason somebody just can't start it? But yet it started within 8 pulls, 9 pulls.
You got to have a feel.
Yeah, you got to have a feel of it. That's what I'm saying. You got to have a listen. And that comment from Dirt Rider down here that says, "Mick, you're right. You need to listen to what's going on." And sometimes just the slightest inkling will give you a direction as of where to go with it. So Ken, what's your worst engine nightmare you've ever had?
Probably the newer 4-stroke trimmers.
Tim, I'm getting a little bit of noise coming from you, I think, buddy. A little bit of noise in the background.
It's probably my kids talking in the background.
All right, mate. No worries. Go ahead, Ken. Go again.
The new 4-stroke like trimmers and weed sticks and stuff like that have the overhead valves and with the little crankcase in it, like sort of like the one we were working on maybe last week, Mick, where they have plastic camshafts and things like that. They just, I don't have the ones you see. Forget it.
Yeah,
you're right. I forgot about those.
Yeah, those. It's the only ones I ever got where they're problems from the start, you know.
And they're heavy.
Yeah,
definitely. But the thing is, with me, with that particular trimmer, before they even got to the cam, it was showing all the signs of it wanted to go. It showed all the signs. It was popping. It was farting. It was doing what it wanted to do. So I knew there was fuel getting through. I knew if I caught it just right, it would go. And to a fashion, I have got it running. But it's not reliable enough to sell.
Yeah,
I can probably start
miniature toy plugs in them too.
Yeah, aren't they just kind of
10
great?
Plugs.
Oh, pathetic. But I could probably keep that myself and use it myself just for around my garden. I could never sell it because it just wouldn't be reliable. So,
and that was like a power head too, wasn't it, Mick? Where you could put the different heads on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was.
Are you still looking for a cam on that?
Yeah, I have found one. But the problem is, Bruce, is that the one I found is probably going to be in no better condition than the one I've got. I found a donor for it, but the price that they want for it, I don't think it's going to be worth doing. That's the issue.
I'll be back in a minute, Mick. All right.
Oh, but so Micks Mowers, it was working fine until I tipped it up. I cleaned it underside. Yeah, exactly that. So I think, Vixers, you've got an issue with you've put too much oil. I'm sorry, there's too much oil in places of the engine where it doesn't belong. So just let it sit. Take the spark plug out, as Bruce said. Take the plug out. Give it 5 or 6 pulls without the spark plug, and see if any oil comes out of the cylinder head. And then right before we put the spark plug back in, get a little bit of carburetor spray or anything sensible that's flammable.
Not WD-40.
Not WD-40. You can use neat petrol, but don't put too much neat petrol in it. Just a little tiny. I use a syringe, Bruce. You've seen that little syringe I got?
Yeah, I like it.
I use a little syringe. Just put about 5 mil in. Put the spark plug back in, quick as you can. Put it back in. Put HT lid back on, and then give it 4 or 5 pulls and see if it'll fire up on that. And then the trick is to keep it running. If it's dependent on the engine, if it's got a primer bulb on it, you can just before it starts to dip down in revs, give the primer bulb just a little tiny touch just to keep it running. Or with carburetor spray, you can just give it a few little tiny squirts just to try and reactivate the carburetor, just to try and keep it active. And if you can get it to run for about a minute with some assistance, you should see it should start to clear. And then with a little clip or a bit of sellotape, tie back the brake handle and just let her run. If it smokes like hell, don't be worried. Just it should clear, because if it was running fine beforehand, you've done nothing other than just have too much oil in the valve chamber where it doesn't belong.
I'll offer a cup of tea. You're right back. Really a cup of tea.
All right, mate. Am I getting new comments here, or what's going on here? Oh, what's the time? Time is right. Yeah. It tries to start, but then dies with fire coming from the carb. I can hear a sort of knocking noise. Oh, that's a different kind of noise. We didn't have knocking earlier.
I think it's sounds like a timing key to me.
Yeah. Is it pulling the cord out of your hand at all when you pull the cord, Vixers? I mean, what was the reason? A better question. What was the reason for you to clean underneath the mower? It was running fine when you tipped it up to clean it. Why did you have to clean it underneath? Was it because the mower just stopped dead, or was clogged up? It could, all those little tiny things like that could be a key to what's gone on with it. There's a reason perhaps why you cleaned the underside up. Generally, people clean the underside because the lawnmower has stopped dead. Yeah, let us know. Pardon me. Pete, just under 6 months on the lowest setting. Cool. 2 sugars for mine, please, says Jason. It can take up to 20 minutes for oil to clear. No, exactly that. Yeah, it can take up to 20 minutes, definitely. Depend on the engine. But anyone that tips a lawnmower up on its side, yeah, just leave it for a little while. Go and have a beer and come back. It pulls over fine. Here we go. No, it pulls over fine. The belt kept coming off, and now the belt is clean. It still comes off. So you need to. I take it you haven't got a belt. A belt cover underneath it. It should have a belt cover underneath it, because the reason the belt is coming off is either the belt is too slack, or you're getting a build-up of grass going behind the drive pulley on the gearbox, and the grass is getting trapped behind it, and that's the reason why the belt keeps chucking off.
Don't they have covers on those, like wire or steel covers?
Do you think maybe he got a stick in the transmission pulley and it caused the engine to snap shut and the flywheel key sheared?
Could be.
Some abrupt stop.
Yeah, it sounds like it's fire is happening on the exhaust stroke. Eh?
But fire coming out the carb, meaning the exhaust.
Oh,
the
did
intake
he
is
say
open
carb
all
or
the
did he
time.
say carb or
Yeah,
or
carb,
muffler?
carb.
Oh, I thought it said muffler. I mean,
So
No,
that,
no. Fire out the
doesn't matter.
carb means the intake is staying open too long at the
That's
wrong
right.
time.
yeah. So that's what you should have on your lawnmower. Something very similar, which your main shaft goes through there with a blade on the outside, and that keeps the grass out of the pulley system. I would recommend. Here we go. Yeah, what's to say here? He says it has a bent cover, a bit near to the grass box where it comes off. The belt is very close to the metal. Yeah, it sounds to me like you've got a bit something going on there. You need to double check. The belt does run quite close anyway. I wouldn't be too concerned about that. There isn't generally a lot of room to move. You need to check out one of my videos or one of Bruce's or one of Ken's about just punch into Google or YouTube sheared lawnmower key or lawnmower that kicks back. Although yours isn't doing that, key only needs to be touched just for it to have an issue. Some keys shear right off, which is lovely, but I had one a little while ago. I think I showed you guys in a previous live stream. It was a Briggs and Strat, and it was pulling my hand out like no one's business, but the keyway had the slightest of indents, and I mean you had to look at it. You know what I mean? So we're talking hundreds of a foul out, and it was still enough just to put that keyway, that timing out. So. Yeah, check out Lawnmower Kicks Back. I've got some on mine. Bruce will have some on his. Kevin will have some. So have a little look to see.
Hey, Mick, I'm not too familiar with that brand. Is it easy enough to take off the grass screen and the flywheel nut to see if you could see the key?
Yeah. So I don't think I have an engine here.
Sometimes if you take the grass screen off, you can take the cup off and look.
Yeah, you got to take that cup off. So take your pull cord off, which is generally your pull cord housing, which all lawnmowers are pretty much the same. So hang on, let me just bring you over. I might lose my camera for a minute.
Yeah, because a lot of times the cup and the washer, you can see the key.
Yeah, you'll find on the top of this lawnmower, there's three bolts, 3 10mm bolts that holds the pull cord cover on. They're all very, very similar. Generally, 3 bolts do it, unless it's a Honda. It could be a bit of a pig. Or Tecumseh, they have 25 bolts.
A Tecumseh only has 2 1/4-inch nuts, and you're right at the flywheel. You're right on the flywheel key.
Yeah, right.
With a 3/4-inch ratchet, you'll get that nut off there, and you can just go, "Oh, there's my broken key."
Hey, Bruce, as long as there's snow, we'll have Tecumseh. So
Bruce, I switched off as soon as you said Tecumseh.
I know.
So if you take the nuts off of there, pull cord housing will come straight off in your hand. Get rid of that, and then you'll be left with the flywheel, which is I don't know what you're like with machines. You have the flywheel is a alley or steel disc, and there'll be a big nut on top of that. Take your HT lead off and get a spanner impact and try and remove that off. There'll be a bit of a pickle. Go gentle with your pry bars and screwdrivers because you don't want to break anything. Take that nut off. When that nut comes off
in the chamber, that's all.
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you can put a piston stop in or what have you, anything like that. Take that nut off. Once that comes off, you'll be able to remove the cup.
The cup.
And then once a cup comes off, you can look straight down the side of the shaft and you'll see a key, a little tiny metal slab. We call it a key or woodruff key. And if that is slightly off-centered to the groove, then that's what the issue is. Ideally, you want to be able to take the flywheel off so you can check the key because it can be, as I say, minuscule. So check out some videos on it. I've got 2 or 3 with snap keys, and that'll give you a walkthrough on how to do it. Not a problem.
What type of engine is on one of those Vexus? Do you know?
No, Vexus is his name.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's the mower? Do we know what it is?
No, we don't know. Vexus. What lawnmower is it?
What brand? Yeah.
What brand is it? What make? Not Mountfield or Sovereign or whatever.
Okay.
What actually is the engine on it?
Watch them take the Tecumseh.
Yeah, if you can take a photograph of it, I know it's a bit late in the day, but you can take a photograph of it.
That'd be nice.
And whip down to his shed or whatever. I don't know whereabouts you are in the country or in the world. There's my email address. Feel free to send me an email with it. And that way we'll be able to have a little look as to what it actually is.
Yeah, we could tell them where to go or how to start.
You know, Mick,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right on those Briggs. I have had one that's just off with it. Just makes a mark in the flywheel key, and you can't start them. And then of course the Tecumsehs are an L-shaped, almost.
Oh yeah, yep.
Algorithmic shaped type little doohammer. And,
I knew that word was going to come out. There it is. Little doohammer.
Woodruff keys, though, you can't even see them because they're halfway up the crankshaft.
Yeah, that's right.
Doohammer.
Mick's
looking for keys.
No, yeah. I've got keys. I've got keys. I thought I kept that actual keyway. I wouldn't put it in with the new stuff because, as you say, Bruce, it was just touched.
I'm so cheap. I'm so cheap, Mick, that I've actually torn down engines just to get the key.
You tight ass.
And I've actually set up my Bridgeport and made myself some keys. So
the
not
millions,
not to come see them.
The millions that you
they don't break.
You
earn. Have steel keys though.
The millions that you earn through YouTube, and you're sitting there and you're worried about trying to take a key out of a flywheel. You tight ass.
That's how he can afford to go to Mexico every year.
Yeah. Bruce, I'm exactly the same as you, mate. Don't worry about it.
I call it frugal, Bruce, not cheap.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, how much is one Briggs and Stratton key? 3 quid?
Cents?
No, more than that over here.
Not here. I get a 4-pack.
Let me Google it.
$2.
Let me Google it. Briggs and.
Don't do Amazon because they double the price, so you get that free prime shipping.
I'm just going to put it into Google search. Briggs and Stratton keyway. It might come up as something different.
You can even buy the offshoot, that Arnold brand. They have it like Home Depot. It's actually a Briggs key, and they sell 4 of them for $1.99.
That's not going to. It just brings up engines.
Because the factory Briggs ones have little radiuses in the corners.
Here we go. Briggs and Stratton.
Right.
So
radius cut in.
Yep. Yeah. And usually the Briggs symbol is stamped in it.
You're right. If you got a 3/16 strip, you just cut them the length you need.
Yeah, piece of regular key stock. Yeah. The only thing is, they make them out of aluminum, so they shear first.
Yeah, exactly.
Save your crank in the flywheel.
That's what should happen. I've had a Briggs that was so tight the keyway never went, and it spun the gear on the internal plastic can. And the keyway did not go. That's the toughest one I've ever had because the keyway was good, and I couldn't get, and it was just off a bit. And I had the cylinder at top dead center, and the valves were closed, and it was just off 2 degrees. And I finally took.
But they made a bunch of bad cams like that too, Bruce. I don't know if you remember. There's a bunch of Briggs cams. They timed them wrong from the factory.
Okay. It was probably one of those.
Right, just put the part number in. Get rid of the adverts. We don't know adverts. Why put adverts at the front? Why don't put adverts at the back?
Hey, has anybody heard how
look at my end.
Here, I've got it. Here we go. Right. So this is Amazon. Okay. But a package of 3 replacement flywheel keys, same as it. A pack of 3 is £5.99.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
Here we go. Advanced Auto Parts here in the States. Prime Line, which is an aftermarket company. Bruce, you probably heard of Prime Line. You get a set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 keys, fits Briggs, $1.49.
Okay, here we go.
So $1.49 US would be $600 Canadian.
Here you go. Here is where have you guys all gone? Let me find it. Right, so here. So this is on eBay, okay, which is your general shopping store for where people go. And this is for 1 key. Share screen.
It's probably 8 cents with a $14 shipping charge.
No, here we go. Where was it? Is it in that one? Was it? There you go. So brand new Briggs and Stratton, lowest price, $2.99, free postage for 1 key.
That's crazy.
That's why I care.
I
guess that's why I care. I guess that's why I tear apart an engine to get to the flywheel key. Eh?
I think you're absolutely bang on the money, Bruce. You know,
plus the valves and the springs and the rewinds and the the blade adapt, Oh my God, the blade adapt.
I think you're absolutely right, Bruce. You know, they are not cheap. It's what it is.
Here's one here, guys. It's popular in the States. Bruce, you probably heard Jack's Small Engines. Jack's is popular. Yeah. They sell them for $1.95 each.
$1.95. So what's that in English then?
That's about $2.60 Canadian. Yeah, it would probably be
about the same.
£2.20.
Yeah, something like that.
Aftermarket, $1.46.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
But you know what? Where I live, because I'm north of Helena, Montana, right? 9 hours north of Helena, Montana. It drives me crazy. You find something online for $6, $10, $50, and it costs me another $60 to get it. I signed up to Prime. I signed up to everything, but because I'm a colony.
Prime is a gimmick, though, because if you look at the ad without Prime and with Prime, because they both exist, and you'll notice it's the exact same part, exact same guy, and Prime adds another $3 for the shipping. So yeah, it does come faster, but you're paying for it.
Doesn't come. Neither one comes fast to me because I'm 2,500 miles east of Zippo, or west of Zippo.
Just had a message come through here from my very good friend Snobby Scrap Picker, who's actually in the chat. I've just picked the message up, Snob. Sorry, buddy. Snobby Scrap Picker is 9 away from 1,200 subscribers. Can one of my mods please run Snobby Scrap Picker's link in the chat for me? And if anyone hasn't got hold of Snobby yet via his channel, can you please do so and try and push him up to that fabulous mark of 1,200. He's trying to climb as best he can.
Dusty runs a fine channel too.
Yeah, I've literally just caught it. So, and he is now starting to do some good content. Oh, it wasn't doing bad.
I just subscribed to Snobby, so there's one more.
There you go, Snob. We get you up there, buddy.
He's okay. I have a small announcement. I hit 29K yesterday.
Woohoo! 29.
I'm only at about 200, guys. You got to help me out.
I don't think so. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look.
Who, Ken? Oh, yeah, Ken. How long have you been going on YouTube, Ken?
On and off about a year. But you know what it is? Like I said, I have this Chromebook here, and I don't have a lot of content right now. I really have to do more because people. I mean, I do live streams. I love doing the live streams, but a lot of people don't chime into the live. They do a search for a particular brand or problem, and that's where you get the hits.
Yeah, there is Pete Froud has just sent out Snobby Scrap Picker's channel. Feel free to go over there, tap it. So is Boats, he's done it as well. Thank you, Boats. Feel free to go over there.
You're right, and $1.99.
Hit the link, and check him out. What's that? Where's Ken?
$1.99.
Oh, come on, people. Ken Small Engine is also out at $1.99.
I actually have a contest going on, too. People don't realize. I have a $100 tachometer, a DTI 20K tack that I use. I bought an extra one. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, all the names are going in. I'm give it away.
Pete, can you just Pete, can you get hold of Ken Small Engine, and if you put in the comment section at Ken Small Engine, and then run his link so we know whose link, and then if you can just go and check each other out on that'd be cool, please. We're not a grow stream, but we do try and encourage people to to look around and what have you. Monica said, I was busy at work with my and my birthday, but gonna watch your videos this weekend, yo. Fantastic. Well done, girl. Good girl. I'll tell you something, being a YouTuber, it's tough. And it's hard to keep watching all these videos that everyone puts out to. And I'm subscribed to a lot of people. And it's not an easy thing, especially when some people put out a video of like an hour and a half long, Bruce, which I get addicted to. I know. I was watching one of Henry's. Go on, Bruce. Say again.
I'm back to 45 minutes, 30 to 45.
How much editing do you do, Bruce? So how long does it actually take you to film and edit?
I bet you for a 40-minute clip, I spend 3 hours editing.
Wow.
Yeah,
what software do you use, Bruce? What do you edit with? What software?
Oh, I just use Movie Maker. It used to come free on PC, but now it doesn't. You got to buy it for $20. Mm-hmm. But I just bought it. This laptop is brand new. It's it glows in the dark and everything, and there is an editing program on there that I'm using right now because we brought 2 laptops to Mexico and one died.
So I use Vegas movie studio 14. I think it's up to about 17 at the moment, but Martin Butler got me onto this one. I was using GoPro Studio, which is very, very basic, and I mean basic, but it did have glitches. I know that Roy used it as well. I put Roy onto it, funnily enough, and it's okay. It's glitchy, but the Vegas Studio 14, it does everything and above and beyond which anyone would want. It's not at all glitchy. And you can really, really edit because you can actually see the sound waves or where you're talking as well, which really helps.
Yeah. How about captions and all that stuff where you can put captions and things like that?
It do all of that. It does green screen. It does anything you want to do. You're going to spend more time on YouTube watching tutorials on how to add that stuff, which is what I'm now doing.
That's why I'm resisting to changing from Movie Maker because I know it. It's got one nice feature. You can stretch it out like you can take one frame and you can stretch it out. So the audio waveform is below, and you can take out one word, right? Clip, delete, and all you're going to see as the watcher is just
bomb.
I'm taking out that F word or whatever.
Taking out, taking out one frame. But I didn't notice, Bruce. You kept that son of a bitch one in there the other week.
I did. I did that for fun. Okay, I think a 13-year-old could watch that.
Yeah. So that's what I use. I have just done the video on this one, this Mountfield, and when I uploaded all my video clips to it, I had a few to come out, which I just wasn't happy with anyway. But it came out at around about 1 hour and 8 minutes, and I've now got that down to 27 minutes.
What I might do if I was happy with the video is split it in half and do a part 1, part 2.
Definitely, Bruce, and I've had to do that on engines that have before. If you know what it's like, you're sat in your shed, right, or on your workshop, and you're sitting there yakking to yourself, really having a good day, and when you upload it or you get it into editing form, and you think, was I really there for 3.5 hours?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So yeah,
and don't worry about the views either. Like Road King 805. Do you guys know him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He had a 34-part section on the glass head brakes. 34 or something crazy, like 29 or 34 parts. And he doesn't worry about views. He doesn't worry about content. There's people interested, and he's loyal to his subscribers, and he just hauled his ass through that. 30 parts.
Mike and Little Dirt Bike and those guys, they do great videos.
Yeah,
they really do.
Yeah, they do. They are. Yeah. Oh, you guys hear that?
Was that management?
Airplane. Oh. Yeah, no, airplane.
Where's management? Is she about? She relaxing?
She's reading a book.
You're reading a book. Good girl. Keep keeping it out of your way. Parknet only uses GoPro Studio. Still, my footage. It's good. GoPro Studio is okay. I wouldn't say it's brilliant because it ain't. But what I'm using now, and I think I paid about 30 quid for mine. Which is fantastic. I'm starting to learn new stuff, and you're right. You're right. What you say, Bruce, is that you're scared sometimes to move over to another software because you know that yours how it works, and it does take a little time to do it. But my video, I got down to 27 minutes because of my internet speed in the house. Everyone was in there today on Xboxes and all that sort of caper. It took about an hour to upload, so total time would be an hour and 10 minutes on the film. We call it 2 hours by the time I finish mucking about. An hour editing it, getting it sorted, and then about another hour to upload. To be about 4 hours. About 4 hours.
Well, I hit upload after 2 or 3 hours of mucking around on Wednesday. After once I hit upload, I go out to the shop because where I come from, uploads can take up to 4 hours.
Really?
Wow.
That's shocking. I did see a comment from Jay. Was it JJ's? He sent a package for Riley Boy. Is that right, JJ? Yeah. I'm sure I did see something.
Yeah, he did.
How you doing? It is there. How you doing, Mick? I'm good, thanks, Jay. I'm good, not bad. I've sent a package today for little Riley Boy. Fantastic. He'll fully appreciate that.
Hey guys, happy birthday to Monica. Happy birthday, Monica.
Happy birthday to Monica.
Happy birthday, Monica.
Yo, happy birthday.
Yeah. Hey, Bruce, I was thinking about you too. To be 51 again.
Yeah.
51 again, Bruce?
61 would be nice.
Oh, 61 would be nice. So, go on,
Yeah,
Bruce. Go on.
no, this small engine stuff is actually keeping me in shape. You know, like you know how hard it is when it's all great when it runs. when an engine doesn't start, you got 5 of them there. It's a workout, and it actually has been really, really good for me for my upper body strength. Keep going.
Well, I think it's good.
Exactly.
It's good for the body. It's good for the mind. It's good for the soul as well, Bruce. You know, it's especially when you get to your age. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is something. No, I'm not being disrespectful. Really, I'm not.
Okay, can I say this? Can I say something?
Yeah.
It's a little off, but all the wrong stuff's getting stiff.
Yeah, yeah, I know, brother. I know. It's fine, but you can get medication for that, Bruce. I'll post some over. What I'm doing now, in line with my job at my full-time job, is when I pack that up, I'm going to be in here. So I'm learning. I'm teaching myself. I'm watching you guys and learning even more. And eventually, I want to be that little old man in a shed, pumping out YouTube videos whilst my Mrs. P is going to a knitting club or something, or wherever she's going, and just me and little Riley boy, because Riley still be with me anyway. Right. He ain't going nowhere. He'll be with me for the rest of my days. So just be me and him doing YouTube at the age of 65, if I live that long, and you know, it give me something to do, keep me fit, keep the mind occupied, because you have to use the internet, Bruce, to look up manuals, look up this sort of stuff. So it keeps you thumbing, you know. I know my old man, Pop. He's 74 now. He's still working. And he works on a building site. He's now a jack of all trades. 74 years old, and the man is still carrying concrete lintels up ladders.
God bless.
You know, God bless my ass. He's got a busted knee. The other knee's now going. His elbows are shot. You know, and I said to him, "When are you going to retire?"
He's probably never dated. He's probably never late, right?
And yeah, definitely. And do you know what he said to me? He said, "That's exactly what he said to me." So I said, "Okay, no need to be rude. I was just saying." Of his Boats. Boats, is that you, buddy? Can you take your glasses off, mate, for me? Thank you, sweetheart. There's Boats. So yeah. My old man is of that generation that if he retires, he's so scared, he's just going to fall down dead.
Yep.
Well, you either have to retire early and do something else, or not retire.
Yeah, exactly that. So you know, and I
got about 7 8 years left, and I'm retiring. I'm going to be doing this full time.
Hell, I'm retired now. You know what I mean?
You know what I love? You know what I love best? You guys have probably seen the kids in the alley going, because we live close to a school, and I just love it when they come and look in and they watch that old guy inside there making sparks and having fun. And I say hi to all of them, and it's just great. I love that. Just love that. And
Bruce, having kids around you keeps you young too.
Does.
You know, as we all know, a Riley boy, I need to be like Linford Christie sometimes, trying to catch hold of him.
Right. But so, you know what? I bet you, he's learning a lot in there, Mick. Yeah. And I bet you, in a few years, you'll be able to go tell him to get that 10 millimeter, and I bet you he'll do it. I really hope you can do that with him, because I can't with Kimberly. I can't.
Yeah, but, I understand that, and that is what I'm doing. And despite the laughter and the joking that I'm having on my channel, enjoyment is I'm trying to teach Riley life skills: what's hot, what's sharp, what you should and shouldn't do. And eventually, you're going to see him on here, and he's going to be changing flywheel keys. He's going to be changing axles on. He'll be doing that. I'm telling you, he will be doing it under supervision. Eventually it will come. And as I say, when I'm a little old man and I can't lift that Hater 48 Pro into the shed, guess who's going to be doing it? He's going to be 35 years old. He's and he's built like a brick house now.
He's going to have the strength. Yeah,
exactly that. So we're working together. I'm looking after him now. He'll look after me later on. That's a theory. And because he'll be over 18, we can both get drunk down here. Mum won't know.
I tell my youngest all the time, I was like, give me a hand. I'll pay you $10 an hour or whatever. Just, but the kids nowadays, they don't want to be bothered. That's what sucks.
I had much of a similar episode year before last. I got 4 boys. I got Ethan, he's 18. I got Joshy boy, he's 17. They're my I hate to say it, they're my step kids, but they are my kids. Yeah, they're mine. Yeah, they're mine. Their dad may argue that fact, but they are mine. I've got Brandon, who's biologically mine, and he's 16 this year, and I've got little Riley boy. So last season, I had my best season ever. Last year, I did really well, and they couldn't believe the money was being chucked in on the kitchen sideboard, and it was regular. It was every hour. Stuff was coming in, not a lot, bits and pieces. Been a big hit. I sold some, I bought some, and they said, "Lord, Mick, what are you doing?" You know, I'm selling drugs. What do you think I'm doing? You know, I said to them, look, there's 30 mowers out in the garden. There's 30 there. Go and pick one. I will give it to you. Bring it in the shop. Get it fixed. I will help you. You sell it. I will take £30 off of you because it's my mower anyway. But you can then keep the profits, and then you go ahead and buy yourself another mower, or get another one of mine and sell that on for you. You know, I'll give you a foot up. You know, nah, don't want to do it. They'd rather just sit upstairs on the Xbox and kill zombies. You know, I can't. It baffles my brain. You know, and but now in reflection, my kids are good. I do have good kids. The world can be very cruel sometimes and throw you a curveball, but my kids are very good. Ethan he's pulled out of university he's now he pulled out of university and he's now going into the armed response police unit, which is fantastic. My little Josh Bosch, he's coming out of sixth form and he's going into the forces and doing stuff with bomb disposal, dogs, finding drugs and what have you in the army, all that sort of stuff with dogs. Brandon's just doing GCSEs at the moment. He's not quite sure what he wants to. He's a bit of an artist sort of guy. So I've talked to him about doing tattoos. So he's interested in drawing. He might go down a tattoo route. So my kids are good kids. But you know, when they want to go down the shop and they want £15 for lunch for a day, and over the 6 weeks summer holiday, I'm like, no, mate, you can go and make yourself a sandwich. You know what I mean? You're not having 15 quid each. You know, 15 quid times 3 is not funny. So, you know, I say, well, there's lawnmowers here, bruvs. You know, go and fix some mowers up or some trimmers up. You know how to do it. I'll teach you how to do it. And no, I don't want it. So I've now said, go and find your own job. You don't want to work in the shop. You go find your own job because I ain't keeping you. So you're at the right age now to be kicked out the net. So either get it done or get out.
I'll tell you one thing. I started this years ago to help supplement my income when my wife was laid off, but it's right now I do it. It keeps my brain going. Yeah. I mean, I always get afraid of getting older and Alzheimer's and this and that, but with the small engines and the internet, I mean, you're constantly researching, you're constantly trying to find a solution, especially if someone brings something in I've never worked on before. That's a challenge. Yeah. And I just love trying to figure it out. You got to keep your brain going, you know?
I'll wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and going, yeah, and then I gotta get back.
Yes, to sleep. Absolutely.
Yeah, I know. I get that too. 3 o'clock in the morning, like, that's.
I've done that where I text myself at 2 in the morning when I think of something.
When you say you get something you've not worked on before, that happened to me day before yesterday. A bloke, I put a post out on my local selling sites that I sell on, to say, wanted, dead or alive, your lawnmowers, trimmers, garden equipment. Anyway, someone messaged me and said, I've got something for you. So I'm always like, send me a photograph first, because I'm not going to drive 5 miles and turn up, it's got no engine on it. And anyway, so I said, all complete. So he said, I've got a mower for you, blah, 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 blah. Come and get it up, it's yours. And I went down there, and he's given me a Suffolk Super Punch 17. Now, for those of you that are not familiar, it's a cylinder mower, which I absolutely hate doing. But it's a Suffolk Super Punch, which is English heritage as far as I'm concerned. They're made between...
What's a cylinder mower? What do you mean?
Let me find one for you. Yeah, let me find one. Bear with me.
Like a real mower?
I'll show you. It's a proper mower. Hang on.
I think it's like a push mower with an engine.
Oh, okay.
I think they use them on bowling greens, don't they, Mick?
Say again, mate.
I think they use them on bowling greens. They drum mowers.
Yeah,
they Suffolk punches.
Let me find one for you. I can find. Here we go. Right, I've got one. Here we go. Let's pick a good one. This is one I've got. I think.
Yeah, computer consultant.
Let me try and blow it up a touch so you can see it. Oh, that's going to be hideous. You want me to see that? Let me come back out of here. Let me find a decent picture I can actually blow up. Would be good. Let me try that one. Yeah, I do. Right. Okay. Where are you guys? You're over here. Share screen. Into there. And we want to go up to here. Boom. There you go. So
Okay,
that's
real
a Suffolk
more.
Super
Okay,
Punch.
yeah, real more. It's got the real. Yeah.
In fact, that's the baby. That's not the big one. I don't think that's the small one. I got the 17-inch
like a golf course mower.
That's it. Yeah, so I got one of those. That turned up. In fact, I think it's actually this one here. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that or not? Yeah. So
cool.
That's the actual one I've got. That's a Super Punch 17, and it's got a split alley drum on the back, so it's split in the center. So when you turn it around,
is that the actual one?
No, that's not the actual one, Bruce, but it is identical. Other than just a bit more. Mine's a bit more rougher looking. It's got a
what year, Mick?
I'm not sure off the top of my head. They were made between 1940 to 1960.
Wow.
Somewhere in there. It's got a 75cc engine on the top. And from what I'm led to believe, the bloke said it was running fine last year. This year,
Sorry, I laughed.
I mean, he to me, he was genuine.
Okay, I'm sorry, I laughed. That was rude.
Yeah, I know, Bruce. Right, I had a lawnmower coming today just for a service, right? But guess what? It was seized. So those people, I know what you're saying. The old expression with a pinch of salt. I get that. But this fella, he seemed to know his stuff. And when you get people who know their stuff, you tend to believe what they say. So when he says, "Oh yeah, the blades have been back-lapped and this, that, and the other," and you think, okay, he knows what we're talking about. He's had a bit of pride in this, and he said, "Since then, I've got another lawnmower, a cylinder one. It was running fine last year. The carburetor will want coming off and cleaning, and this, that, and the other." So you know what he's talking about, which leads me to the assumption it was actually running last year.
Nice.
And they fetch good money. The problem is that the market that you sell that mower to, they also know what they're talking about, and you can't sell that mower to one of those people if it's not cutting right. If it's not cutting right, they will let you know. So it has to be done correctly. The blades don't look too bad. Pete, what carburetor is on that punch? Pete, is it a Zaneth carburetor? The carburetor is tiny for what it is, absolutely minuscule. I shall be doing videos on it. It's at the top of the garden at the moment. I'm just trying to get it down the bottom of the garden, make a bit of room for it. But at the moment, I'm too busy servicing, so that's a project video. And I'm in two minds whether or not to restore it, because they can be quite good value if you just get it running right, and then someone will buy it off you to restore it. Or I fully restore it and sell it on as a going concern. So there's two markets. There's one market for someone who likes it ready to rock and roll and looking nice. And I think there's a better market if you just get it running and push it out as is, fully serviced, running fine, but needs to be restored. So some old boy will have a garage somewhere with 2 or 3 of these things lined up. And he'll get all. You can still buy the transfers for it, for the grass box to go. It's got a big crest on it of 2 horses. Which is a Suffolk Punch is a horse in the UK, and hopefully someone will buy it off me if I can get it to run. I think it's pretty much all complete from what I can see, and it should be a good project. But yeah, getting something in like that, I'm not familiar. So guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm going straight onto YouTube and punching in that make a mower and just educating myself, because it's got a split clutch on it as well. That you can engage either just the blades or I think it's like a cup against a clutch. You can take it out, and that gets rid of the blades, and then you push it in for the blades. It's a manual thing. Very expensive to sharpen the blades, Mick. Actually, they're not, Roy. Not saying you don't know what you're talking about. I found a place in Emsworth, which is about 4 miles from me. And they do it on a jig for 45 quid, which I think actually is reasonable. It's expensive in the grand scheme of things, but £45 to have it put on the jig, and that's sharpened and back-lapped at the same time, and they'll also then set it to the mower as well. But I do know what you're saying, Roy. There are some places that literally they charge an earth for that, because it is a dying trend to sharpen them sort of blades. I had a Commodore B17 in last year, and I sold that. I thought it cut fine. Sold it to a bloke, and when he opened his garage door up, had to deliver it. He had listers in there, petters in there. He had all stationary engines, so he knew what he was talking about. There's no pulling the wool over this guy's eyes. And he texted me back saying, that mower, he said, runs beautiful. He said, it cuts like crap. I said, well, have you tried adjusting it? He said, yeah, I've adjusted it up, mate. The blades need sharpening. So I said, okay, no problem. And I sold it for really good money. So I'll tell you what, I'll pop round, and if you get a quote, I'll pay to have the blade sharpened. I can't say fairer than that. And he found this place in Emsworth. He said 45 quid. So I give the man £45, and off he went. And he texted back saying, yeah, good as gold now. So yeah, £45.
Now you have a reference to take the next one.
Yeah, about £4 an inch. That's right, Roy. Yeah, it's about right. This is a 17-inch. So yeah, hopefully that'd be a good little engine to get running and see, because apparently when they're running, them little engines, they sound the dogs danglies. They just a little tiny put little engine, beautiful little engine. So hopefully we'll get that one up and running somewhere this season. But what do you think? Should I fully refurbish it, or should I do it up and flog it?
I don't know.
What do you think, Bruce?
Well, you'd sure learn a lot if you restored it all. Learn lots.
Learn lots. But just think of the pain and anguish that is entailed. You see, it's a yin and yang, Bruce. Where there's a good, there's a bad.
Well, I did a big old Troy. Well, I've done probably a half a dozen of them. Troy built rototillers, and some of them have the reverse friction discs and stuff on them. And all that. I know that's it's all an education as well. Right? Yeah.
The thing is that the reason I'm thinking I'm not doing it, and Roy has just said refurb it, he would do. Thanks, Roy. Git. Refurb it and get rid of it. So Donald, okay, right, yeah. Oily rag says, there you go. There's a man with common sense. Get an oily rag and smear it over it. They look lovely. That's it. That's a way. The thing is, Bruce, is that if I refurb it and put all that love and attention into it, I just don't want it to go to some idiot who thinks he's got a garden or a look. If this has to go to someone with a lawn, not a garden, it has to be a lawn. And I can just see some bloke rock up here with a Staffordshire dog with in a harness with studs on it
and a chain.
You know what I'm saying. And they're like, yeah, I'll have that. And he's cutting grass like that. You know, I can just see it, and I'll be devastated if I do something up like that. That's why when I sold the Commodore, I was so pleased it went to somebody who fully appreciates it and will look after it. You know, because we need looking after. So, I'll have a think. There's not a big call for them around where I live, because not a lot of people have got the gardens that need this sort of mower. So I think last year I did 3 or 4 cylinders. I did sell them, but I struggled to sell the last 2, and I had to drop the prices on them just to get shot of them. I'll still be here now. So I'll have a think about that, of what I'm going to do with it. But it's looking like everyone wants me to refurb it, which is not nice. We'll see. So what's on your bench at the moment? And Ken, what are you currently working on that's causing you grief?
Well, like I said, I just finished that Tecumseh, so that's all set. The video's out there on the Governor. And I've got a Briggs 11 horsepower leaf blower walk behind that I did a little video on, using the Tecumseh rubber seat instead of the green Briggs.
Oh, right. I saw that.
Cool.
And, it worked out great. It actually worked out great. I just have to put it, I tested, I kept it a couple days with the Mighty Vac on it, didn't leak anything. So I got to throw that back together and hopefully get paid for that. And then I've got the nemesis of mine lately, the 2 pull-on chainsaws that seem to run perfect one day and don't want to even idle the next day. So I think I'm going to do some pressure and back tests on those.
What about crank steels, eh?
Yeah, crank seals, or there's like a 5-piece intake seal box on the one side. But, it's got to be something. So, I got to do that. And people are always looking for pressure and vacuum tests. So, I'll do that.
Yeah. Well, we all have machines like that, don't we, Pete? We have machines, Pete, like that. We don't want to run them and do want to run. So I'm next working on. I've actually got a trimmer on next, actually, a little trimmer, which is a bit of an old pig. It's probably about as old as you are, Bruce. That's not even a lie. It's not even a lie. It's an old Ryobi It's probably it's knocking on in years. And again, it was running fine last year. It doesn't look like it's been running in about 10 years. And at the moment, I can't even turn it over. It's completely seized. So I'm going to have a little go at that. Do you want me to go and get it just to show you what it looks like?
Yeah. I got to move. My battery's dying.
Well, plug yourself in, Bruce. I can't have you kidding over on me. I've got Mr. Doug Sweena wants to come on up. There's Doug. There's Doug. Let me just go and get this trimmer, and I'll show you what it looks like.
Hey, Doug.
Hi, Doug.
Mick.
Hey, Doug.
How y'all doing? Bo, doo, Bo. Big Ken. What's up, Mr. Bruce?
Going up, Doug.
I learned something today.
Oh, you got a padlock.
I put this together. It was all in pieces.
Cool.
So here's a trim. That's next up on my bench. Where am I? Let me make myself a bit larger than life. Bump, bump. Here's this trimmer. So that's a Ryobi.
I used to call those Ryanobis.
Yeah.
Ryanobis.
But at the moment,
there you go. Locked up.
Yeah.
She's locked up.
Yeah. So that's what's on the bench next. I'm gonna give that a little go. See what that does.
Ran good last year.
Yeah, my ass.
Ran good until the customer dropped it off.
Oh, it was fine. You know, we've loved it and everything else. Yeah, I can't see it, Bruce. But to be fair, the only thing is the nylon looks relatively new. But that might be because they put new nylon on it before they tried to start it, so that could be all missed. But hey yo, it's what it is. I'll give it a go and see what comes out of it. Hi Dale, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. You're going to be late for work. I'm not working tonight. No machines tonight, mate.
New tool.
Don't say that. I've got no machines tonight.
Bruce has bought a tool. No, Doug, sorry.
What's Doug got? Looks like Doug's got a set of bits.
Whoa. Hold the post. You're not allowed no new tools, young man.
Looks like a set of impact bits.
No.
Oh, hole saws.
Hole saws.
You got a whole hog for it, a Milwaukee whole hog?
Okay. So cough it up. So the question I've got to ask you is where did you get them from?
There actually was bought. Mama bought them. I didn't buy them. Mama bought them.
Why is it?
We got something in this.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me bring you up, Doug.
He looks happy.
Turn it around. Keep going. Yeah, you're okay. Oh, in it shiny.
Tractor.
New carburetor for that Craftsman.
Like a 17.5 horse?
Even came with that 15.5 that I've been working on.
Mm-hmm.
Even came with the wiring for it.
You're right back to me.
There you go.
Fuel filter.
Well,
just watch the inexpensive fuel filters because I've seen the inside paper gets disbonded and it'll suck garbage in. You got to watch.
Both front and back gaskets.
Gaskets are expensive. I'm surprised how much gaskets go for.
The other piece of just in case it goes in, the other end, and a zip tie.
How much?
It wasn't
Made
too
in
bad.
USA, right?
Yep, made in USA. 16 bucks.
USA province of Hangzhou, China. There you go.
This one here, Ken's got a magnet inside it. This fuel filter. See it?
Really?
I like
It's got a magnet inside it.
Weird. You sure it's not just where they crimp the paper? Sometimes
it's got a magnet.
Where they have... Really? Never seen that.
Yep.
Does it have the barbs on the end, Doug? Because I know a lot of fuel
it's got
filters.
two barbs.
Yeah, because the ones you buy with a straight without the barb, avoid those because the fuel line will slip off. You got to watch those. I've seen a few fire because without the barbs.
So the fact that you've now got some new tools there, Doug, does that mean the contract is now null and void, or what's going on?
No, it's still void. Anything
We're
she
still
buy, if she buys it for me, it's still okay.
Okay. So what I would do in that situation is give her a list.
But I'm not buying anything else.
She doesn't lay down a law. That's it.
Whoa,
no more.
Is that Mama?
Mm-hmm.
How come I can hear you too? What's going on there? You got the headphones on and I can hear you too. What's going on, girl?
Because she's right in front of me. I'm looking at her.
Okay. Oh, I can't see her.
Hey, Mick, put me on pause for a minute. I got to go grab something. I'll be right back.
Okay. I don't like the sound of that. Whatever it is you're going to grab, do it in your own time, please. So you got some new tools. You got some new tools in, Doug. That's kind of cool.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
You better not be putting me on camera.
Hello, gorgeous. I can see you. Mama. Honey.
She can't hear you. She can't hear you.
There she is. Mama.
Don't be putting me on camera.
Oh, too late, girl. We can see you, baby, and your fine self. Doug, this is only going to end bad for you, buddy boy. I'm telling you right now.
Mama said knock you out. I'm going to knock you out.
I'm going to knock you out.
Mama said knock her. Yeah.
Said like a true Alabama woman. I'm going to knock you clean out.
Yeah. And it hurts.
So what's on your plan for tomorrow then, Bruce? Or what time is it, Bruce, over there? What time are you looking at?
That's just about 2:00 in the afternoon, and the tide is going to go out way out. This only happens for 5 days every 2 weeks, and we're going to go for a walk on the wet, flat sand. It's hard, but it's
that sounds lovely, brother.
So what's the temperature, Bruce?
Watch out for jellyfish.
Yeah, the water's not that deep though. It even 50 yards out, it's only 3 feet deep.
So are you a budgie smuggler, or are you a sort of Bermuda short sort of guy?
I wear the long trunks.
The long trunks, good man,
Yes.
good man.
Yeah,
So what?
no Speedo for me.
Yeah, good lad. I tend just to rock it with a thong myself. I get thonged right up. That's just me. What's the food like, Bruce?
Okay.
Just like you're self catering, are you? Are you self catering?
We are doing our own cooking, and we go out twice a week.
Okay.
And the food out at the local restaurants is absolutely perfect. It's wonderful. It's fantastic.
Roy says, what part of Mexico are you in, Bruce?
Just north of Puerto Vallarta, on the west coast.
So you've been eating as the Mexicans do by eating what they eat. I mean, that's what I do when I go out. I eat as they do. Yeah.
Tortillas and shrimp and fish and rice and they make a really. The beef's good. It's they slice it really long and thin. They call it ranchera.
Cool. And what about Mrs. P? She enjoying herself out there?
Yes. And she's the best cook. She's the best cook in the whole place. I think.
She's the best cook in the whole place.
Ooh, are we talking?
Good man. Oh, we got a minor. How you doing, sweetheart? How you doing? I can see you there.
Wave.
I don't want kisses. Kisses make me sick.
You don't want kisses, make kisses sick.
I feel have a wash now. I don't know kisses. Have you had your hair done? It's like you've had your hair done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go play.
So bye.
Come on.
Bye.
Bye, dude.
Bye, dudes.
See you later. Take it easy. Oh, I've got Ken. Are you back? Are you, mate? Just give me a nod, Ken, if you're back.
Absolutely tipping down here with rain.
Yeah, it is here, mate. Ken, yeah, lovely, right. He's back. He's whatever Ken grabbed hold of, he's finished grabbing it. Good lad, Ken.
Well, I got a little show and tell too. If any of you guys work on Toro throwers,
Ken, we just had a miner come in here on the screen. So whatever it is you're going to show us, as long as it's clean, brother, I don't mind.
Oh, definitely clean. But I know I work on a lot of Toro throwers, and the older ones like the 521s, 721s, things like that, and the bronze gear in the auger box is always goes. And they're expensive. If you buy the Toro a kit that comes with the bronze gear, the steel gear, and gas, all that stuff, $150. It's a lot of money. You can go online and buy an aftermarket gear. And on the Toros, it's more expensive. If you look at MTD boxes and some of the other brands, you can get the gears for $20, $25. This gear is about $69, but $69 beats $150. And the only thing that really needs replacing in those Toro gearboxes on 99% of their throwers is this bronze gear. So there's a guy online that sells them. The part number 5-7180 is the gear, but normally you can only buy them in these kits. Or if you buy it from Toro, it's a $90 gear. This guy sells them for $69. So just a tip, if you ever have a Toro with the bad bronze gear, everything else inside there is steel. It's not going to wear out. It's just this bronze gear. So for $69 versus $150 for the kit, it's good.
Yeah, definitely.
That's creative.
One more
That's
thing.
Donnie Boy.
Yeah, Donnie Boy does.
I bought myself a toy.
Donnie Boy did a complete teardown and rebuild of one.
Yeah, I've done hundreds of them. It's just that the gears are so darn expensive sometimes. I always have Toros, and I said, I'm not going to spend $150. I bought the darn thing for $75. I'm going to spend $150 just for the gearbox. So then when I saw this guy for $69, let me try it out. But anyway, I bought myself a toy. And I don't know if you guys know, I have a little machine shop in my basement. I have a Bridgeport Miller. I have a South Bend lathe. I got some other stuff too. Because my background is machine tools and machining and stuff like that. So I bought myself a little setup tool for my Bridgeport.
Oh, nice.
It's a company called Edge Tools. They sell a lot of tools for machinists. And you put this in a collet in your Bridgeport, and you can indicate your vise, and then you can swing it around and indicate it again to within 1/1000th of an inch, and that's how you tram your head on your Bridgeport, left to right, forward and back. So you get a nice tram on your milling machine. Nice little gauge, $110 US. But I tell you, saves you hours of time trying to set up your Bridgeport. So Edge Precision, it's the company. I recommend it.
Cool. Good. Looks good. That's good.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting new tools. I'm kind of feeling left out here at the moment. What's going on?
What else are you going to do with the money you make, Mick? Right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
except
I was looking at buying 2 new Bentleys with my last YouTube check. Well, that ain't gonna happen this week.
That'd be a lot of haters for that one.
Yeah. What we got here? We got. We are doing, guys. Sorry about the emergency call out. Early trees now cleared. Weather is taking a turn for the worst out here. Yeah, you stay safe out there now, boy. You stay safe out there. If Daily Walker is still in the chat, Dale can confirm what it was like last time we had a big storm when I was out with him, and I was on a chainsaw for about 10 or 12 hours solid in what I can only describe as hurricane force winds. Not the best time of day to be cutting down stuff, especially with trees that are all mainly under stresses, which is very hard to read at 8:30 at 9 o'clock at night when it's lashing down with rain and you're up against it to try and get it cut. So stay safe out there, mate, and look after yourselves. Yeah, there you go. He's in the chat, and all he says is true. That was a bad night, right, Dale? That was a bad night, I'm telling you. I think had I been the size of what I am now, it would have probably killed me. It was a good night. We were even. The trees had actually fallen onto the train track, and because that over here, Bruce, we have a third rail system, so we're not overhead electric.
Right.
We have a third rail. And as I was cutting the trees up, Dale, who's in the chat, was clearing the trees, and he was getting belts off of the trees because it was touching a live rail, and it was so wet, it was coming up through. Yeah, it was a cool night, right, Dale? Shocking night. Dale says, what did Dale say? Where's Dale?
Are you grateful? You work for the railroad, or are you contracted?
Say again, mate.
Oh, do you work for the railroad company itself, or do you have?
We are the railway.
Yeah,
we're the principal contractor. We are the main team. Yeah, we're the main.
What gauge is your railroad?
Oh, that's good. Hopefully, you get a pension when you're older.
4 for 8 and 3/8. So we're narrower compared to you guys. I believe you guys are slightly wider.
Yep.
But we're still running a Victorian railway infrastructure and just trying to update it with what it wants. It wants ripping up and starting again. Because the bullet train. How old is a bullet train in Japan now? That must be knocking on what 10 years old now.
No, more than that. That was like the 80s.
Longer than that.
And that's like 200 mile an hour. There you go, 1432 standard gauge. It used to be 1435 when I was in the chair as a manager. That's now been changed. 1432. Dale, what's a flange weight clearance on a check rail? There you go, you know that. So defo now Micks dark normally don't get on emergency call outs when it was one of the early clients. Okay, elderly clients, cool. So we used to get them on the railway line where you would actually be running sitting on the front of a train in the cab with a driver going down the track at like 20 miles an hour and just stop, and the train would be full of passengers, and we'd just be cutting trees up right onto the next one, and it'd take like 2 hours just to get down like 3 stations. Yeah, 41 minutes. He knows his stuff. Old Dale, he good boy. That was my supervisor.
Do you have one of your own maintenance vehicles, Mick, with the wheels on it and all that?
We do have them. The problem is, as you can appreciate, over here in the UK, we always have to go one above the rest, and health and safety is stupid. We bought a massive amount of 7.5 ton lorries with this gear attached to it.
They're raising lower the wheels.
Yeah, the dolly wheels. Yeah, we had them, and I've not seen one ever used ever. Wow. There was one at Norwood parked up for about 2 years, and there was something wrong with it. The qualifications are an absolute swine, and plus we work in such a manner now as you can't work so close next to another party and this, that, and the other. And health and safety gone mad. You just can't do it. But I believe we have got some Land Rovers at the moment with some wheels on them. But we tend to use something called a track rat now, or an inspection trolley, which is like a go-kart effectively. It's a 4-seater go-kart, and it carries a small trailer, and it's got a little Honda GV 180 on it or something like that. And you put it on the back of a transit van, a pickup transit, and that then goes onto the track, and you just fire it up and away, and you just scoot off like a load of rats up and down the track. That's why it's called a track rat. So we use those, but there's qualifications in on the railway. You can't even look at a generator unless you've got a ticket for it. You can't even consider starting that thing up. If you ain't got a ticket for a disc saw or for help for a shovel, you ain't got a ticket for it. You can't use it.
Yeah.
It's crazy sometimes.
Here,
the maintenance.
Right.
Yeah, go on, Bruce. No, go on.
Oh, okay. Out here, there's no electric. It's all just straight diesel, and every little town is 30 miles apart from the old days when the trains needed steam. Yeah. And every little town has a couple of railroad guys that have pickup trucks with the railroad wheels right on them, and they go to work in the morning and they clamp down to the track, and away they go.
Yes. Yeah. We've got them, but because we have quite a tight gauge tolerances as well, especially our tunnels, because most of our tunnels are all Victorian. There's just no way to turn it around. You can't even open the door up to get out, because our tolerances are so tight. When my train goes in to lift it inside a tunnel, to work inside a tunnel itself, they're giving me restrictions because of something that's called the kinetic envelope, which is an imaginary line, which is a go or no go, Bruce. So if I work on a tunnel and it's a tight tunnel, they give me a restriction of like no more than 10 millimeters lift and no more than 5 millimeters on the line.
Wow.
And you know, I do a recording run, and it say, yeah, you got to lift it 45 mil, and you need to slew it 15 to 18 mil. So I ring the techs up and say, look, guys, I need to. They're like, no way, not happening. No, never. No, stick to your restrictions because you'll have a train with no roof on it. You know. So when you've got these Land Rovers, it all has to be built with engage tolerances, and we just don't have the infrastructure to deal with it. So. I know when they upgraded to Euro containers, they're slightly taller than the ones we have, and a little bit wider. And every tunnel had to be dug out and 6 foot moved over to accommodate these containers. But by digging it out, just formed a big bowl, and so now all the tunnels all flood because as soon as it rains, the water just runs into the middle and you can't get it out. There you go. But that's that shot. What else we got here? I saw Network Rail do it about Glasgow. Looks dodgy. One false move, and you're gonna exactly that. Yeah, definitely. Network Rail boys or the contractors they use. They're up against it. Don't forget, you're talking £1,000 a minute per train delay. So when you get a tree down. When you treat it, you're up against it, so you got to crack on with it. Otherwise, you're gonna get fined. The link is in the chat. If anyone else wants it to come on up, feel free.
Well, I am going to back off. Thank you very, very much. And there's a couple of new faces in the crowd. I see, so that's good.
It's always good, and as always, Bruce, it's lovely to see you. I do enjoy your company when you come on up here and come and chat with me. And thank you for doing what you did for me the other day. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Oh man, we're 6,000 miles apart.
Well, you said you said things were getting stiffer. All right, then, matey. I'll catch you later on, Bruce. Look after yourself.
Bye,
Take
Bruce.
care and have a good break.
See you, Bruce.
All right, thank you, guys.
Later, matey. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
So there goes old Brucey boy. Nice to see him. He's having a bit of a break, which is good to see. He's truly earned it. What's Dale say? Got to fly. Right, Dale, but look after yourself, mate. Stay safe out there tonight, buddy boy. You won't be seeing me tonight. I've got no work tonight, buddy boy. Look after yourself. Links there. Touch my tools and I'll break your fingers. and that's from Granny. So the link is there. Feel free to come on up. Anyone that hasn't yet come up, feel free. There's a space on the old channel. I'll be going for a little while longer. I've got someone just clicked to come up now. Who's that? Come on up here. Top Conker. It's Top. I can't quite see you, Conker. You got a light on or something. I can't. You really are faint as hell. Can't quite see you, buddy. Just come a bit closer to your camera, Phil. I can't quite see you, mate. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, like I can see you, mate. Yeah, I think you got a lamp right above your head or something. You were really glaring. Couldn't see a lot of it. How you doing, Phil? Nice to see you, buddy.
How are you, mate? Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a little while. It must be about a week. Oh, yeah, that's right. Last time you darn near embarrassed yourself. Do you remember that?
I'll do my best.
The old shed starting to rattle. We've got the winds are coming in. I'm just looking at my beams. They look a little bit bowed where I made my adjustments. I might have to do something with that at some point. So Brucey boy is now gone, which is nice to see. So what have you been up to then, Phil? You been up to much, buddy?
Well, I put some clothes on tonight. I thought just for a change, like, you know.
Well, it is appreciated. Last time you were up here, you were darn near naked. I don't know whether you've been on the sauce all day, but
no, I had to be careful. I'm told to put some clothes on and frighten the horses.
To be fair, you bloody frightened me.
I sent you a couple of photographs.
When did you send them, mate?
Remember the object?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate. Do you know what? So busy. I've got 34 in the chat. Yeah, let me try and talk amongst yourselves. Let me try and find an email.
Yeah, it's a bit spooky, to be honest with you. What I've managed to do this week is throw away a couple of decks.
Okay.
put a lot of work and time into it, and then you suddenly realise you've got lawnmower decks with holes in them. And I don't mean the big round one at the bottom either.
Yeah. Just trying to find this email. I've got Puller Ed trying to come in. He hasn't got a connection as of yet. I can't see his beautiful face.
Hey, Mick, I'm going to hit it, Mick. I got a couple of things I got to fix this afternoon, so I'll see you guys later. Thanks for having me on.
See you later, Ken.
Definitely, Ken. Absolutely thoroughly enjoyed you coming up, buddy. You're more than welcome anytime, you know it, don't you? So you come up whenever you like, buddy. All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, mate. Ed is trying to connect to us, but as of, he's having problems connecting at the moment. Hello, Michael. How you doing, mate? Thanks for coming in. Nice to see you, buddy boy. Got 33 in the house. If you've not yet hit the old thumbs up, if you can do so, that'd be great. It helps towards the growth of my channel. Puller Bear Ed, I can't see him, mate. All I've got is a blank screen, buddy. He's gone now. I'll put a link out there again. I'll try and find this email. But I can smell gas.
You turn your gas bottle off.
It might be getting a bit low. It's all right though. Any plans for the rest of the weekend, Mick? Saw the multi-tool. Yeah, brother, I've got videos coming out of my bum. I'm telling you. I think I've been I've been really busy. I decided last week I would do as many videos as I can in a week, and I think I did about 6 or 8 videos. Been so busy, and they are now currently all queued up in editing state on YouTube as hidden. So yeah, I've been super busy. Oh, what's going on there? Oh, water.
I know what he's doing there for a minute.
Yeah, he's got a water dog. So yeah, I've been really busy getting videos done, and I think I've done about 6 or 8 videos. So that gives me a bit of a break from YouTube because your dog drinks really noisily.
I know. Because I'm in the kitchen and that's where the dogs drink as well. So.
Yeah. You sure that's a dog drinking?
Yeah.
Good boy.
Yeah, doing YouTube, it's not stressful, but doing it, as any YouTuber knows, doing videos, it takes a lot of time to do it. So I thought if I do about 6 or 8 videos in a week, I can then spend about a week and a half indoors, getting them edited, getting them all put up there, and then I can take it 2 weeks off. And it allows me just to catch up. I mean, my workbench currently, I can't even get on it. Look at the state of it. So tomorrow,
nice lights, though, Mick. Nice lights.
Yeah, they're nice, mate. Nice LED lights now. They're good. Yeah, they're good. I've got one more set. Roy gave me a set, which is down the bottom. They're the old type. But unfortunately, the set he gave me, they don't have a starter in them. They have just a fuse, and I tried to put the bulb in, and it won't have it. It's lost my camera. It won't have it. I'll come back 2 seconds. So
use the starter from your old one, Mick.
No, it actually hasn't got a starter, mate. It's just got a fuse in it.
Right.
It's a very old system, and I can't use it. So I will try and wire it up with a starter in it. But I think what it is. There's Ed. How you doing, bud? I can see him. Hi, Ed. So I'm hoping.
Hey, guys.
How you doing, Ed? I think your internet's going to crap out on you, Eddie boy.
Yeah, it's froze.
Yeah, it's froze. Yeah, I can take 2 weeks off now and do what I want to do tomorrow. Hope you got a co-director in Miss Shedman. Yeah, I've got a co-director. All right, Ed. No worries, buddy. No worries, mate. So I'll take 2 weeks off, and I can just chill out and do what I want to do. Tomorrow, I'm picking up a generator tomorrow, which is quite a nice little gen actually. I think I'm paying 40 quid for it, which is quite a nice price. And it's from what I gather, it's only a pull cord fix. The bloke has insisted it ran up until the pull cord actually packed up. So there's a generator. Can you see that? There it is. So it's quite nice.
Honda?
Yes, it's a Honda. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Rockwood. It's a Rockworth generator. And I thought if I buy that tonight, pick it up tomorrow first thing before this bad weather comes in. If get a power cut, I can use it. If not, I can flog it. You know what I mean? So I think I should get a good little return on it. So that'll be next. That's being picked up tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And I've got this Ryobi to do. Look at that. And then I've then got to get on and do this pull cord assembly that so many people to remember their names. I want to say Phil, it's not though. Chris Hale gave me this pull cord assembly for the GX100. I've got one, but it is different. The holes don't line up. So I'm hoping to put the guts out of one into the other. That's the theory. This one, the new one that he gave me, it actually fits the cup inside, and it turns the engine over. But because the holes are different situation where the holes are, it won't go onto the engine. So I'm going to change it over for the other one. So hopefully that should be good. Using a super sturmic in the shed. Best have a. I've got a co-direct here, not a problem. Riley Boy is my co-bloke. Was ex-council house Jason because it was a bargain. Okay, I don't want to talk about. Monica's back. How you doing, Molly? Nice to see you, baby. You're back. What's Roy say? Is that Roy? Yeah, Roy. I bought a Honda engaged mower today. Is that engaged? Yeah. Inclined motors. Okay, cool. How much is that, Roy? Jason Hughes, you should have a mortgage. You're chatting away. Welcome back, Monica. Cool. So, yeah, I am busy, but I just want to try and take a bit of a back seat because the season's going to get really, really busy. I know it is. I'm already on to about service number 6
already.
I'm not even joking.
And the season's not even started yet.
Yeah, I'm not joking. That one coming just today. I've got 2 coming in tomorrow. I've done 2 already. I've got a trimmer going tomorrow night. I've got a hedge trimmer in for service. I've got the Honda Izzy still to do. So yeah, I'm due to service. I reckon before the end of next week, I'll be up to about service 15.
Bloody hell!
I've got people messaging me saying, someone put me onto you, blah 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 blah, and it's at the moment it's crazy.
So I did a lawnmower in one way then.
Oh, it's fantastic for me. It gives me videos, which is another added bonus. It gives me money in my pocket too because I earn more money. I earn more money out of the service repair stuff. Funnily enough, if I'm sanding down lawnmower decks and grinding them back, all that sort of thing, you're not making. By the time you put your effort into it, you're talking 3 days to do that.
Yeah.
You know, it may only be a 20-minute, 45-minute video, but that's taking me 3 days to do that. So I'd much rather put them on the back burner. That's why that Suffolk Super Punch, that'll be a back burner. That'll come in at around about June time when everything just settles down. But Drifty's come back. How you doing, Drift? Nice to see you, mate. Hopefully, long may it continue because I had a really, really good season last year. Did a lot of services and a lot of repairs. Had lots of Part X's in and was super busy. But this year looks, at the moment, touch wood, looks to be a cracking start, which is fantastic. As I say,
you're getting a lot of new customers coming to you as well because your old customers are asking where they got their stuff serviced from, and they're giving your name out.
Definitely. I had a mower came in yesterday. I've done a video on it because it was slightly different. It was a Briggs and Stratton engine, but it was something that maybe not all of you have come across before. However, the bloke texted me and he said, someone told me about you, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, come on up and bring it up. He brought it up. Nice old boy. He brought it up. About Phil's age. Nice old kiddie.
What, 21?
He brought it up. Yeah, 21, Phil, yeah. And he told me he took it up to a local lawnmower repair shop in the next town over from me. I know exactly where he's talking about. And he did a standard service. and it's a Briggs and Strat 550 series, so it's a slightly bigger one. And he put one of them stupid throttle controls on a Briggs and Stratton, and they just don't need it. However, standard service, so you're talking new filter, oil, blade sharpen balance, new spark plug, and this throttle cable thing, all done, dusted, 185 quid.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, that's what I
Excuse
thought.
my French.
That's right. Yeah, well, but that's exactly it. So I said, yeah, your bill won't be anywhere near that, anywhere near it. He said, well, I hope not. I said, no, it won't be. Trust me, it won't be. He said, and they had it 5 weeks. 5 weeks they had it. So anyway, he dropped it off, and that's the one I thought originally had that. Oh, you haven't? No, okay, I'll leave it. You haven't seen the video, right? So, anyway, I serviced it, and it was a repair service in the end. There was something wrong with the lawnmower. I repaired it, and I serviced it, and I bumped it back out, and I rang him up. So, all done, mate, good to go. He went, you're joking. So, no, it's done. He said, you've only had it 2 hours. I said, yeah, it's done. He said, are you sure? I said, mate. Then he sort of started to question if I'd done it, you know, and I said, it's all done. In a couple of weeks, I will send you a link to the video on YouTube, and you'll be able to see me service and repair your lawnmower fully. When he rocked up here, he was flabbergasted that he'd got it back the same day, and I showed him it's got a new filter, new spark plug, it'd been gapped correctly, all that sort of stuff. And I gave him the price, and he gave me £20 on top, just because he got the lawnmower back the same day. Since yesterday, he's messaged me again saying both his neighbours on both sides both want their lawnmowers serviced. So, you know, word of mouth spreads. And that's why I don't like holding people up. So if I've got projects on in the season, they get pushed to one side. I've got to have them services coming in and rotating. I don't like
that's where you get your money from.
Exactly. I don't like a lawnmower being on my table for any more than 2 hours. It's got to go. This one here, this little puppy here, I'm just waiting on a spark plug. Should be here tomorrow. My bad. I wasn't banking on getting these services in quite so early. I've got a big box of NGK's B2LMs over there. I've got some 56 ESs up there as well. But I've got none of this small Briggs and Stratton overhead valve ones that fit here, the little tiddly stupid ones. So I went down to my local shop. Just opened up. It's an ironmongery. They sell spark plugs, but not the one I want. But they're now going to stock them. So I went straight onto Amazonian. They'll be here tomorrow, and that'll be done. But already that lawnmower is taking up space. That's got to come off that table tomorrow because I've got other lawnmowers going on. So hopefully I've been for a good season this year, and if I can, then I can get some jobs done that I want to get done around the house with the income, and it can only get better. I'm already getting messages coming in from regular people saying, "Are you still doing what you did last year?" I said, "What do you mean, butchering lawnmowers? There's no servicing them." Yeah, definitely. So they're coming in. So all I now want is my contacts to get in contact with me to say, "Mick, I've got 30 lawnmowers. Do you want them?" So hopefully that'll be good. Anyway, I've been yakking. So Phil, what are you working on at the moment, mate? What are you up to? I was going to find an email, wasn't I?
Yeah.
What are you working on?
Well, I seem to have a garage full of motors, but no mowers. Everything I seem to touch at the moment's got a hole in it. I got about 5. I got 2 Hondas, 3 Briggs with no decks. One of them's got a bent shaft, but hey, so I just got rid of the decks, which is a bit of a pain. I think I bought bad, to be honest with you. I thought I was getting a decent deal, but somebody else had been in there playing and putting right somebody else's mistakes.
Yeah.
And of course, giving you a call to find out what the hell to do anyway.
Well, you need to get on top of it. Just had a question come through from a bloke called who's this come through from? Let me try and move this email out of the way. You guys can help as well. This is from Brian Hull. I don't know if he's still in the chat from Brian. Mick, I was looking to order some gaskets for my mower And more importantly, I need a rubber seal for the bowl where the float is housed. Do you know where I can order these from? So I said, I'll get you a picture of the lawnmower up for you guys. And if some of you guys want to have a little tiny Google for me, if Brian is still in the house, there is there. I need to be a bit careful I don't share anyone else's email addresses that I don't want to. No, I shouldn't do. So Brian, if you're still in the house, mate, he's looking for gasket set and an O-ring seal for the bowl. Share screen out. That one. And then we want to go this one. There you go. If anyone can find me, please, a link to this lawnmower. This is like the M6 Mountfield, same engine, Briggs and Stratz. If anyone can find me, please, 2 links to gasket set for the carburetor and also float set as well, ring set. Give me a shout. There's a photograph. I expect Pete Frow to be on the case. If you find me a set for that, that'd be much appreciated. And then I can forward that email on. And this is what I get on a regular basis. And this is what I think some people don't truly understand is that I don't just do videos. I get people emailing me all the time. Mick, I've got a problem. And yeah, not just you, Phil. Not trust me, it ain't just you, brother. I get about 25 emails a month at the moment of people saying, "I've got this. It's wrong. It don't work. Blah blah. Can you help?" No, so all that stuff. Any pictures of a carburetor? I don't think there is, Roy. Let me have a little look. It's the same carburetor, Roy, as the one that is on the McCulloch one. I don't think it's. Oh no, there might be more photographs. Hang on. That's not that. Yep, got a photograph here, Roy. It's not very good though. It's not a very good photograph, Roy. To be fair, it looks like a quantum sort of carburetor on there, Roy. Let me bring it back up for you. Share screen. Onto there. Onto that one. There it is, Roy. There, Roy. So there's a bowl. So it is like a quantum style carburetor. From what I can see. Not quite sure the age of it. There is also, if I can do it this way, maybe baby. There is the details of it. It's a 5.5 IC. I'm trying to move that search bar over a smidge if it'll let me. Oh, not too far. There you go. That's what it is. So yeah, have a look, lads and ladies. 6.5 IC. Intake one. If anyone can find me a gasket set for the carburetor and a ring set, much appreciated. So yeah, I get that quite a lot with people asking for help. Hello, V8 man, how you doing for third time? And I love that sort of stuff. But you know, when you're trying to run your own channel on top of it, and don't forget, I've got my own problems, right? I'm trying to find my own solutions out to stuff. It's a Wallbro, is it? Righto, Wallbro. Could be a Wallbro, Pete. Without looking on the net myself, I can't do it whilst I'm doing the stream, but that's the sort of stuff I get on a regular basis. People asking me questions and what have you. But it's fantastic to have people, you know, thinking they can come to me and ask me questions, which I truly adore doing. So what are you up to then, Boach? You've been up here for about half an hour, and do you know what? You've not said one word since you've been up here.
Well, I put together a padlock today.
You did what?
I got this at a
and he stood on his head as well.
Yeah, trained. That's a proper American-made lock. But I was at a trade show with a friend of mine, and they handed these to us, and they were all in pieces. And it was a learning experience to put that together.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Put it together? What do you mean? Did it come in bits then?
Yeah, it was all in pieces. I put the cylinder core in there and the ball bearings to hold the shackle closed. And
mate, I'm not being rude, but you can buy locks nowadays already complete.
Well, it was a learning thing. They give these to prospective locksmiths. actually learned how to put them together. So it was kind of fun.
BWS Garden Maintenance says he can't find any parts for that Briggs on eBay. I'll give you a little tip. Don't go onto eBay. And Roy actually told me this. Before we go onto eBay, go into Google and search it. And that generally then chucks you over to eBay. So when you put in there, Briggs & Stratton, 3.5 Classic air filter, you'll come up with 1 or 2 items, right? But if you go into Google and search that first, it will then take you on to eBay. And some items are not listed straight on the eBay section. So try and put it into Google search first, and then you might find it take it over to eBay afterwards. Roy put me onto that because I was trying to find some stuff. I couldn't find it and really struggled. So what did you actually learn then, Boats? You learned in the end, what do you think was the top 2 things you got out of building that padlock?
Oh, I learned how they go together, and it's a bit tricky to get those ball bearings to sit where they need to. So
you learned 2 things. You learned patience, and you learned your fingers are too big.
Yeah.
You talked about me last week.
Magic. I'm telling you, Shamrock, definitely. Roy put me onto that, mate. I can't remember what it was. I was searching for something, and it should have been a simple find. I went straight onto eBay, and literally, it didn't come up with anything. I put it into Google, and guess what? I found it on eBay. Doug, are you dancing? What are you doing down there, Doug? Are you having a bit of a party down there, Doug? Yeah, he's dancing. He's doing something. I think Doug's been on the moonshine. Mick, put the picture up of the mower. Okay, hang on, Roy. Hang on, Roy. I've gone to the wrong place now. Into there. Share screen. Onto there. Onto there. There's a picture of the actual engine, Roy. Do you want a photograph of the? I'll show you what photograph I got, Roy. That'd be easy. I can't see it at the moment.
Need the VIN number. Need the ID number and serial number.
Yeah, possibly. Let me bring it over a touch.
It'll be on the valve cover.
Sorry, Mick.
No worries. Language. Mute the mic if you're going to swear, buddy.
Scotty's.
Yeah.
That's American made.
No VIMs.
VIN number will be on top of the valve cover.
I can't get in there.
No.
So that's all the information I've got there, Roy. And come down a bit to that carburetor. I don't think I can get across over to the valves. No, I can't. So it is like a quantum. It is like a quantum carburetor. I dare say that would probably fit it too. Hope that helps. Let me come back to you. I'll do that mystery thing next week, Phil.
No problem.
What we're going to do is Phil actually gave me a good idea. Hi, Gaffer. What we're going to start doing is mystery tools. So what I would like you guys to do, there's 34 in the house at the moment, is email me over a photograph of a tool. And you haven't got to hide bits of it. You can just literally say, this is what I've got. And email me the picture of the photograph and just tell me what it is and what it does, a brief description. And then I'm going to bring it up on my live streams and we're going to do a couple of guess what it is or guess what it's used for tools. So if you can email me up, all my email addresses in my about page, on my header, in my videos, all that sort of good stuff. So if you've got any things that you would like to show us that you think no one will ever guess what that is, feel free to email me the photographs over, and then we can have a bit of a laugh and joke, see who guesses what it is. Found it. Link in the chat, says Pete. Okay, let me go over to that. Pete, where are you? I might have to go over to YouTube pop-out chat for that.
That carburetor right there that I got, I Googled it first.
Yeah, Pete sent me something over. Carburetor overhaul kit. Bridge kit. Carburetor overhaul kit for intake engine exhaust left-hand valve behind the engine. Yeah, that could be it. Yeah, that looks about right. I think that is it, actually, Pete. Okay. Hopefully, I'll check the specs on that, Pete, before I say anything to him. But thank you for that, Pete. If anyone else has got any ideas, if that's the one, put a picture up again. I've done that once already, I think, Roy. Yeah. It does. It looks like a quantum. It does look exactly like a quantum one, Roy. I think you're right. That's what I said, wasn't it? I think it does have that quantum look, but the diameter may be slightly different. They don't tend to differ very much. The only thing that I worry about, Roy, is if it is because it's a 6.5. Most quantums are generally a 5.5, so it could differ. I actually had an engine in here actually, but I think the engine's gone. It might be in the other shed. But thanks for that, Pete. Anyway, I should send that link off to him. Hopefully that'll help him. And I won't take any credit for it, Pete. I promise. So what are you doing, Doug? It might be wrong.
I had to go outside. I had to go outside, go straighten out some things.
What time is it over there?
It's dinner
Do
time.
what?
What time is it, Doug? What time is it, Doug?
Almost 3:40.
Hey, Mick, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna get some dinner going.
What you having for dinner?
Ah, you broke your chair.
Yeah.
Some burrito.
You having what for dinner, Boats?
Chicken burrito.
Chicken burritos. Have you had your hair done, Boats?
Hair done. Yeah,
you had your hair done. You got a bit of a thing going on there. You got a bit of a thing going on. What's that?
I got it from my shipmate today.
What is it?
It's
I can't read it.
Coin.
A challenge coin. That's cool.
USS Iowa.
That's nice.
BB-61 with the Never Forget 47 on it. But it's pretty nice. My shipmate said.
Oh, cool. Anyway, I like what we done to your hair. That's cool.
All right. Good
right, yeah, mate. Yeah, I'll catch you soon, Boats. Look after yourself. I don't know what Tim Palmer's doing. He's having a bit of a
see you, Boat.
We'll see you.
I broke my chair.
He broke your chair?
Yeah.
Did he fall off of it?
Yes.
Did he fall off of it?
Yes.
Did anyone else see it?
Hammy Hunter did.
Yeah.
Did we miss it? I'm going to watch that.
I saw it went sideways. I said, I wonder what happened.
Yeah, I broke my chair.
I thought that's why you said the F word. Who said the F word? Oh,
me.
Hey, yeah. I'd like to have seen that. Monica says, "Hi, Doug. Long time no see, buddy."
Hey, how you doing? No, I just had to go on outside. It's been raining so much. You got the rain now, Mick. What we get, you get 12 hours, 14 hours later.
Yeah, it's just starting to pick up now, Doug. My windows are starting to rattle. We're due to cop it at around about midnight, 1 o'clock, apparently. I was looking at the weather forecast, and it's been changing. But the latest forecast they gave out, what I saw, is that the south coast, right where I am, opposite the Isle of Wight, we're going to cop it. We've got a red alert on at the moment, so that's severe danger, apparently. So it is what it is.
We had,
at the end of the day, I should probably fall asleep
and
wake up and
we had 4 tornadoes went up to the northern part of Alabama, on up into Georgia and everything. And then today it's snowing in North Georgia, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to cop it tomorrow. Apparently, that's when it's going to be in.
Yeah, it's going to hit us about 11 o'clock, Nick, here.
Yeah, my window's already rattling, so I'm guessing I'm going to have a bit of storm damage on the old shed tomorrow because these windows are not up to it. So I'm guessing I might move my router out of the way for tonight and what have you, just make it a bit safe. I'm guessing I'm going to have a bit of damage in here. We'll see what happens. The wind is coming, says Pete. Yeah, Pete ain't a million miles from me. So, yeah, it's starting to pick up, but it is what it is. So that's good. So what? Go on, Doug.
We had 65-mile-an-hour winds.
We've got forecast for us 80 to 90 is what they give us. It's what it is. But I'm right on the coast. If you're in a fencing business, it's going to pick up next week. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, I've got 2 fences down now, and I haven't put them up because I knew this was coming. So I'm going to leave them down. There's no point putting new concrete in the ground. Just going to push it over.
Yeah.
So Phil, you're saying,
aren't you?
Say again, mate.
You're just up the road from us, aren't you?
Whereabouts are you, Phil?
Salisbury.
Yeah, you're Salisbury. Yeah, Salisbury. Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, you're not too far from me. Yeah. We're gonna cop it.
Yeah, we get the cruise ships from near you. We're going
Yeah, apparently you're getting that cruise ship that's just coming in from Japan. Apparently.
Well,
apparently that cruise liner company is giving away 50% off a 14-night cruise.
And 3 boxes of tissue.
Yeah, but you can't leave your cabin for 14 nights. You've got to stay in the cabin.
Buy one, get one free.
Yeah. So what is it you're actually working on then, Phil? You say you've got not a lot in.
No, not at the moment. I've got these 2 rotavators I want to have a look at. One's a little tiny, I think it's a 2.5 Briggs, little tiny rotavator that hadn't been started since Noah was a baby, and another bigger one that I fancy. I haven't see if I can just get them to start. So nothing else is here at the moment. A lot of people around here seem to be asking a lot of money for them.
They do. I've got a rotavator to pick up actually, free of charge, which has got a 5.5 engine on it. It's not a Briggs. I'm not quite sure what it is. No, it's not a Briggs.
Mainly Tecumseh, is it?
I don't want to be. I don't think it's a Tecumseh. Someone be able to tell me. This is what I've got coming in. There's a first. Let me change the brightness down slightly. To about there. That should be enough. So that's what I've got coming in, free of charge. That's the engine.
Yeah. Well, that's better condition.
God, it looks like a Briggs.
I don't think it is a Briggs. Let me make myself a bit bigger. That might help. 2 seconds. Let me make myself a bit bigger, and you get a better picture in, won't you? That's it. That's there.
It's a bit funky.
So that's quite cool.
That's better condition what I've got, mate.
Well, they reckon the person that owns it is actually one of the trustees on the charity, and she said she's got this rotavator, she said rotavator. I can have it if I want it. Apparently, I'm sexy and I mow it. Apparently, she said we've only used it once, and it was fine, and then they put it away and can't start it.
Right.
So I was expecting a rotavator. Brand new, and it's not brand new, and it ain't a rotavator, it's a rototiller. But yeah, I can have that, no problem. What's that link there, Roy? What's that link all about, mate? Pardon me, Mix. Send you a
I've
picture.
got a Howard 350 out there as well.
You got what?
A Howard 350.
A Howard 350.
A Howard 350. Yeah, you look it up on the eBay. They're there. Worth a bit of money by all accounts.
Sure that link is Roy's just put up there. Oh, Jeff's little engine. That's a Scott intake. Okay, cool, Roy. Thanks. I'll try and get some information off of that. Cool. Here's a question. Apparently, here's a question for yous. Do any of yous have other hobbies or interests? Pond keeping or football spare time? Yeah, I do. I do a lot of shooting, which I don't like to advertise the fact, despite there's 29 in the house and this might be watched 600 times. But I do a lot of game shooting in my spare time, which keeps me busy. In fact, I'm going out doing some hunting and stuff probably week after next.
What's that?
Bit of shooting. Yeah, it's rough shoot. I used to belong to a big shoot, organised shoot.
Yeah.
Well, I used to dress up in the +4s, the long socks, and all that kit. I had all of that, and it was a big commercial shoot. But now I've moved over to a slightly smaller shoot,
Yeah.
But I prefer being in. It's a much better
expensive hobby, though, isn't it?
It's only expensive as you make. It's like anything. Any hobby is expensive if you want the top stuff and you pursue it, but a lot of way. But I've only got cheap guns. I haven't got very expensive guns.
Yeah, I do a bit of clay fishing, a bit of clay pigeon, and I've also got a 2-2 for a bit of rabbiting as well. I got some ground. I can do a bit of rabbiting.
Oh, all right, are we? When are we going? When are we going rabbiting then? When are
come
we
on
going?
Down there, I'll take you rabbiting. So there's a lot of mixing about at the moment, isn't there? You noticed?
You know what that is, don't you?
I know what it is. Yeah.
Do you know where mixies come from?
Germany.
No, mate. No, you don't know. You got no idea where the disease that rabbits get. They get mixy, right? First, you don't know rabbits get mixy, called myxomatosis. And does anyone know where myxomatosis come from?
I thought it came from from our German friends.
No. So what happened was the reason we get mixy is that two rabbits were out in a field one day.
Here we go. Go on.
and one had a ham and cheese toasted sandwich, and one had a prawn and salad toasty, and they cut it in half. Shush, Phil. I'm trying to work this joke here. They cut it in half, and then they swapped it over, and that's what happened when you mix your toasties.
That was a brilliant joke many years ago.
Never mixing your toasties. Oh, there you go. See, I thought that would work. I'm here all night.
Yeah. I build and repair fly fishing rods. There you go.
Cool, well done.
Yeah, that's why if you look at the mystery object, it can make a bit of sense.
Well, everyone's got to have a hobby, right? And that goes back to that. I know that was great, Dirt Rider. Oh my god, I know, Snobby. I know, it's good. This is what goes back to my dad because he won't retire. When it's his birthday or Christmas, I struggle to buy him a present because he just got no hobbies. He got no interest. And he used to be a country man and all the rest of it, this, that, and the other. And he since he's got old, he just don't do any of it at all. He don't even read books anymore. But it's good if you've got a hobby, and small engines is my hobby. But sometimes I like to take a break from it. And although I'm releasing videos weekly, I'm quite often in a field somewhere shooting pigeons or rabbits or working on the land. Building pens, digging out ponds, and all that sort of good stuff. So that's what I enjoy doing. But that's my downtime, which I thoroughly enjoy. What's your hobby then, Tim? What have you got apart from your business? What's your hobby?
I like making models.
There you go. What sort of models?
I'll wait there and I'll go and get you one.
Cool. Let's see it.
What's her name?
Quick guess. What is Tim going to bring back? I reckon a Lancaster bomber.
I reckon a galleon.
Okay. What do you reckon, Doug?
Doug's asleep.
Come back in about 8 seconds. There you go. Guesses, please. What Tim's going to bring back? Quick guesses before he gets back. Tim makes models, so you've got to guess what.
Probably a model hot rod.
What I do is I'll drop him down so we can't see it, and take a quick guess. I can see him down there now. Right, Tim, I've dropped you down. Tim, I've dropped you down on purpose, mate, just because we're going to have a quick guess of what you're making. So don't show anyone yet, Tim. Keep it hidden. I'll bring it back up. Don't show anybody.
Right.
Okay, so Hammy Hunter says a model truck. I've gone for a Lancaster bomber. Conker says a galleon. What do you say, Doug? 8 seconds.
Model hot rod.
Model hot rod. What else we got? Model truck. Come on, people, have a guessing game. 28 in the house, and that's dropped off. We've got a tram. Please give your dad a hug, Mick, from me. Will do. Yeah, my dad's super. I love my dad. He's super cool. He just won't do it. Come on, people. Let's have a guess. A train says Pete Froud.
No.
Don't tell us. It'd be a big surprise.
Yeah.
Come on, people. There's 28 in here. Must be more of you. A model tank. Tram, train. Okay, I'm just waiting just a few more seconds. The old chat might be a bit delayed. I've lost my YouTube pop-out chat. Keep guessing, people. Well, just give it a minute. Just want to try and save this link up so I can reply to his email.
I tell you what, a steam engine, Tim.
Nah.
All right, I'm getting bored now.
Model airplane.
What do you mean you're getting bored? You're on a Micks Mowers show. We don't get bored in here. Where have you? I lost you. You're there. Right, okay. Here we go. Car, a clock, a page 3 model, a Bentley, a chainsaw carving model, possibly. Okay, right. Here we go. Right. So Tim likes to do models, build models in his spare time. So what have you got, Tim? What is it? I can't see. Bring it back a bit.
Model semi.
It's a truck. Oh, it's a truck. That's cool. It's a Volvo Globetrotter.
I wish. Didn't make.
What is it?
It was one that I bought, and I've started putting a body on the bottom of it, on the back of it.
So what is it? Is it a kit you buy, or is it like a monthly subscription thing? Is it, or what is it?
It's one that I bought from a shop. I bought the full truck from a shop, and then I'm just putting something on the back of it, and then possibly putting remote control on it.
Oh, cool! And is that something? Is that something you sell on, or just keep it, or what?
I don't. No, I just make it for my own enjoyment.
Oh no, that's cool. That's cool, mate. I tell you, everyone's got a hobby. I know that Roy is into remote controlled aeroplanes and what have you, bits and pieces.
Yeah, I've seen some of Roy's model planes and that.
Yeah. I know Jason Hughes is into banger racing. That's what he does for his downtime. So, you know, we've all got to have a hobby, right? Mick, I've got to go see a man about a dog. Righto, Snob. No, that's fine, mate. I'll catch you soon, buddy. But I'm about to wrap it up in the next minute or two anyway. I'm just about had enough, and I've got to go see Mrs. P because she's going to go and pick up Josh tonight, and that wind's coming in, so I don't want to be too much later. A tractor missed the pick. What pick? Oh, sorry. Show the pick again. Roy missed it. Show the lorry again, mate. Hang on. Here it comes. Don't blink, you'll miss it. There you go. There's a nice little lorry. Traction. It's a nice little tractor unit. It's nice, isn't it? Yeah. So good. Right. So I've got the link to that. Doodad. Laugh out loud. Snobby. What are you laughing at? I see a man about dog. Okay, right. Okay, cool. Let me just find that email. I want to fire that off to. Where's reply all? A bit at the top on it. Up there. I don't like using this new Google blinking doodad. I've got an email, so where do I reply? Oh, it's just stupid. Bear with me. There you go. Bear with. I'm just trying to find where you reply to this stupid email. Oh, that's Philip. That's the wrong bloody email. Phil, you sent me another email.
Okay.
Have you sent me another email?
I sent you a couple, I think. There's one for the secret tool thingy, and the other one you want to see the inside of my toolbox. Just want to make you feel really, really sick.
That's right, mate. No worries. Archive, delete, mark as unread. Am I missing something here? I can't. I can't even reply to this bloody email. It's ridiculous. I'll do it in a bit. I'll do it when I get off stream. Right. Okay. So that's cool. I'll do that in a bit. I think my screen's too big. Bye, Mick, my friend. Great stream as always. Yeah, cool. I understand it fully. I was a 2-day trip, and frustration had to stay over. Maybe we can come down Ringwood or somewhere. Yeah, cool. Right, people. It's that time of day. 10 o'clock at night. I've got to end the stream. I've been going for 3 hours, 42 minutes. Super happy. If you can all smash the thumbs up on your way out, that'd be much appreciated. It helps towards the growth of my channel. Hopefully you've all enjoyed it. Don't forget, for those of you that are still here, to send me photographs of your mystery tools. Make it as hard as you can. Send me a photograph of them. It doesn't have to be about small engines. It can be about anything. Any tool you've got, send me a photograph of it and a brief description of what it is and what it's used for. And we'll then have a bit of a competition. We try and do 2 or 3 a stream. And we'll do that going forward. That's cool. And we'll also do the guess the weight of Fat Mick as well to see how much Mick weighs as well each week. You all right, Doug? Am I keeping you awake, buddy? And
nap time.
Yeah, nap time. Yeah, and then we'll go from there. Nice one, Mick. Yeah, cool. So thank you very much for Phil for coming up. Tim, nice to see you, buddy boy, as well, and for Doug and for everybody else that was on the panel. No, you're welcome, buddy. Everyone's on the panel, from Bruce, Ken Small Engine, Snobby Scrap Picker, Granny, all that come up. I do really appreciate your time. And without you guys, this stream is just not even worth firing the computer up for. So thank you very much. Don't forget, Dusty Blonde is live tomorrow at 6:30. So check out Dusty Blonde's channel. If you type in the YouTube search Dusty Blonde, it'll come up. Big blonde hair, you can't miss her. She's live tomorrow at 6:30. Get over there. I should be over there giving people some stickers always. Thank you very much. Don't forget to leave the thumbs up on your way out, and I will see you on the next episode or the next live stream on Micks Mowers, and very, very soon. So look after yourselves. Those of you in the stream, if you can hit the old red cross down below, that takes you out the stream, and then I can shut the panel down, and then I can shut my stream off. Thank you very much, Granny, for a super chat. You are a superstar, and I love you lots. Thank you very much, Dirt Rider. See you all soon. Take it easy. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.